Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A before, it's for the residents of Sarcasm City. You lot in the comments run the show. You get to ask us any sporting question, past or present. So that's any sport, past or present. It can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it can be tennis, it can be F1, whatever question you want to ask us. And don't forget, if you are a member, your comment question does take priority like a super chat. So if you are a member, I will definitely get to your comment. And of course, if you super chat, I will definitely get to your comment as well. That's one surefire way to make sure your comment gets read out is to be a member or super chat. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Many great perks, including the one I just mentioned, as well as how to queue jump on fan calling shows, how to get on Q&As on Twitch, how to get on Q&As on YouTube, plus more people. But please make sure you hit the like button as well. Make sure you do that. Share this across all of the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, road to 5K. As you can see from the title, a lot's gone on today, people. A lot has gone on. 24 hours is a very short space of time, and a lot has gone on within the footballing world. Liverpool losing 4-1 in Naples to Napoli. Thomas Tuchel being sacked by Chelsea. And here in the building as well, I'm sure he's very happy. Ryan is in the building. Talk to me, little bro. How you doing, man?
I hate you.
Why do you hate me? What did I do?
Just like you saying, oh, like, oh, how are you? Like, what you expect me to say? I'm good or something, man. Like,
Not every time I intro the show do I not ask you how you're doing.
yeah, but like, I thought it'd be pretty obvious, innit?
Well, get to it, innit? The floor is yours. We enjoy your misery, so get to it. You think we enjoy you for your personality or your footballing opinions or analysis? We want to see you in the mud. The floor is yours, Ryan. So I'll ask you, this is what I'll do then. I'll do this for everyone. How are you doing outside of football, first and foremost?
Yeah, man, I'm all right apart from that. I'm all right apart from that.
Okay, then, footballing wise, thoughts on the game? Because I know you've been tweeting away, doing better defending than your team. If your team could defend like you do on Twitter, you might have not lost by 4 goals to 1. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. See, one says, facts, Ryan, spill your tears. This guy. We know you want to cry. We know you're emotional.
Nah, it wasn't even
We
like
call you crying, Ryan. You know what? I'm tired of this.
I felt worse after the
Let me
Everton
upgrade.
game the other day.
Let me upgrade the
Yeah.
panel and that because we gotta get some more quality in there. Because Ryan just stinking up the gym like his team. You know what I'm saying? Jez is in the building. What are you saying, Jez? You good?
Hey. What are you saying?
Bless up, Jez. Both Jez's teams won in the Champions League. You know what I'm saying?
Come
Something
on,
Ryan
come
doesn't
on.
know about. Dortmund won yesterday. Marseille won. Tottenham won today as well. But Ryan, over to you. You got so much to say. Get to it, man. Napoli 4, Liverpool 1. The floor's yours. Why are you stuttering like there's a girl
I
here?
knew
Come
we'd
on, man.
lose.
Get to it, man.
Before the game, I knew we'd lose because we're in, our team ain't, the greatest at the moment. And Napoli, first of all, it's Napoli. They always beat us at their place. Even when we were good a few years ago, they always beat us. I hate Napoli with a passion, but like they played very well today, and
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be that bad though. To be fair, like, well, as soon as I saw the midfield before the game, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, innit? Like it was horrible. Like that first half is like the worst. That first half I would say is like worse than the first half when we lost 7-2 to Villa.
Okay.
I think it was that bad, innit? Like it was that bad. Like Klopp, I love you in it, but why are you persisting with that? I like the high line in it. Like I like when he plays the high line. There's no doubt over the years it's been effective for us, in it. There's no doubt it has. But you don't play a high line with a crap midfield. That's stupid. That's a I've said it for weeks. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
It's just a clear recipe for disaster. If you play a high line with a crap midfield with James Milner still in midfield, it's just no matter who you have at the back, you're gonna get exposed and exploited when you've got that. They were just getting him up behind our high line so easily. I mean, I forgot what the first goal. Oh, the first goal with that stupid handball from Milner. No complaints about that.
Yeah, it was a penalty. Yeah, it was a penalty.
Then second goal was the second and third goals were comical, comical defending. Like 2 minutes. I mean, the 4 main players to blame, in my opinion: Trent,
Yeah,
Gomez,
yeah,
Fabinho. No one,
Yeah.
a lot of people are talking about him. I'll say it. I'm gonna say it now. We need a new DM.
Okay,
I'm saying it
Fabinho.
now,
Who
we
else?
need a
No,
new
who's the
DM.
fourth
Fabinho's
before you
finished.
continue? No,
Fabinho.
who's the fourth? Because you said fourth.
Oh, James Milner. James Milner.
Okay, so we're just
And
gonna
Van
exclude
Dijk
Van
wasn't
Dijk.
great either. Van Dijk wasn't good. I'll say it now. Like, you know, I'm a big defender of Van Dijk, but like
Yeah,
he was poor today.
Van Dijk needs to defend for himself. Never mind you defending him, but carry on.
Now with Van Dijk this season, I think people like he's had a very poor start to the season, but I'm just putting it down to a bad run of 4 minutes. Like people saying he's declined since the injury. I don't think he's at the same level he was since the injury, and I think that was only to be expected. But I'm not going to act like he wasn't the best centre back in the league last season because he was in it.
Okay,
Like
no, we're talking about this game. Forget all that. We're talking about this game in particular.
Yeah, I'll
he was
defend
poor
because I'll
this game.
address Mataza's comment about him after in it. But like,
Where we'll get to it.
In terms of that, is like, yeah, Fabinho need a new DM. You know, I've said it for time about him being poor for time, including last season. He's getting worse and worse. We need a new DM. It's as simple. He was shocking. He can't run. He's got no movement. He can't tackle. On the ball, he's poor. There's nothing good about his game. James Milner, one of the worst first half performances I've ever seen from any player. Any worse than that United one he played in as well, probably. Off the ball rubbish, gave a penalty in the first few minutes. Stupid handball, gave the ball away continuously. Slow, lethargic, got booked. Could have been sent off in the first half as well, probably for a second yellow. Yeah. Look, the front three was shit as well. Diaz, the only one to come out with any form of credit. Firmino and Salah were very, very poor. Salah's been poor for ages. We all know that. Yeah, and the first half, Joe Gomez, I've said it before, not good enough. People get onto me for my criticism of Joe Gomez. He's not good enough. I've said it for years. Matip is miles better than Joe Gomez. It should never have even been an argument. But you'll have some of our stupid fan base who are only now just realizing it now, that who thought Van Dijk and Gomez was our best centre-back partnership. What the fuck? They're the centre-back partnership.
But what does that have to do with today?
Well, they played today.
I don't think the partnership was the issue today. I don't think that's the main.
Joe Gomez was shit anyway.
Joe Gomez was
shit.
Yeah, but we're not just gonna pin it on Gomez like Trent.
He's not the only reason, and get on to Trent as well.
I'm lost as to what you're talking about.
Matip
played his part in the fourth goal.
The only reason.
No, he wasn't. Matip didn't track that man for the fourth goal.
Matip the improved second half.
No. Forget. Yeah, you improved second half. The game's dead. Or what was the score at halftime?
It was already like 3-0.
3-0. So the game's done. My point is, Matip was at fault for the fourth goal too. He played his part in that. He didn't track.
No, that was Van Dijk.
No.
Matip and Trent.
Look where the fourth goal. Look where Van Dijk's left-sided centre back. Matip is right-sided centre back. The guy is in between Van Dijk and Matip. Matip's got eyes on him. Is Van Dijk at fault? Also, yes, but Matip can see him. So this is not what we do. We're not just going to exclude him from it. He's also at fault. But go on, carry on.
If he was okay, fine, yeah, he was at fault. But we were much better with him in the team in the second half. There was no doubt
because
because the game was dead. You take that.
If Joe Gomez was on, we would have been worse.
You take from that what you will in it. That's like Arsenal telling me that they played better in it. Each of their own. But go on, carry on.
I mean, we're a much better team with Joe Matip in than Joe Gomez. It's not even a debate.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. That's cool. But are we talking about today's game though?
We're talking about today's game. Yeah.
I don't give Matip credit for coming on and being more stability when you're 3-0 down. Napoli don't have reason to come and attack more and get more goals. They don't have reason. So I don't see the point of like giving him any sort of credit for that. Like for me, I seen like a stat today, I think, saying that it's been it's been either 7 or 11 games now in that Liverpool been outrun. No, I couldn't even consider first goal, but been outrun.
Yeah, been outrun.
They don't, and this is what I'm saying. It's a team effort, bro. It's not.
Oh, of course, it's the whole team.
The individuals.
I'm not denying that.
And for me, it's like the individuals. You can also point out. You always shitty performance. You can point out individuals that are playing terrible out of like all the individuals on the pitch. But bro, at this point, I look at it like it's Chelsea, bro. I think everybody's not on the same page. Something is wrong I think something's wrong with
the club. Is something wrong.
I think there's something wrong with the players on the club, bro. I don't know what it is, but these guys are just not mentally there.
Yeah, there is something wrong. I admit that. I do think the midfield is the biggest issue, though.
Yeah, the midfield is an issue.
We can get no control in games because of that midfield. There's zero.
I agree with that. But rubbish. I agree with that. But even then, that doesn't mean that like your defenders just stop playing like.
I agree with that. They've been poor as well.
It doesn't mean that even that your forwards at least work hard, bro.
I've gone to forwards. Salah has been dreadful all season, and he's been dreadful since AFCON, since February last year.
I thought he was going to sign a new contract, but go on, carry on.
I said don't give him a new contract.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I keep saying, bro.
People go on to me. I didn't want him to get a new contract.
True. I give you credit for that. You didn't.
But this is the thing, though. But that's the thing. I don't even think it's just because of the new contract. I just think also he was terrible even before the contract.
Yeah, he was terrible before the contract as well.
So for me, it's like that's why I always said to people, Mane even obviously was a thing that would affect them. But it's the reason why Liverpool is not struggling. It's not because of Mane, because the whole team is not there.
It's not. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I'm not getting into the Mane thing because people are just going to think that's a huge miss. Mane barely improves this side if he's here because of the way we're playing. He
helps out, but at the same time,
he helps out, but
he's not gonna make the other 9 players actually step up.
Yeah, he's not going to improve the midfield, and he's not going to make the defenders play better than what they are. It's that simple. Sadio Mane, we might be a bit better, but we're not going to improve significantly if he was there in the team. So
I always say, this is one thing I always keep saying, bro. When can we start questioning Klopp? Because I don't see anything.
To be fair with him, I think I'm still behind him because I am asking, like, he's doing stupid things, innit? But I am still behind him because, like, at the end of the day,
no, of course, you can still behind. You can be still behind somebody.
He's still got credit in the bank, and it's still.
This is beautiful. And it's about to, and the streams, sorry to cut you off, Ryan. My apologies. Hold that thought. Sorry to cut you off, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And that. But the stream's just about to get better as well. Man, like Carefree Lewis is in the building. Yes, Lewis, what are you saying?
I hate life.
Fam. Why, man? You're here, man.
Existence.
You know what I'm saying?
Liverpool lost today.
Man, you're here. You know what I'm saying? You got a very successful channel. You know what I'm saying? And that. People like you.
Today, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Sarcasm City is your second home. You've helped me out majorly. You're now on the stream with me. Jez is here. Unfortunately, Ryan's here, but things happen and that. The comments always proud to see you. You know what I'm saying, man? What is there to not to like? Tommy Tuchel's treble tricking Steely Blues, fam. Let's go. You feel me? Man, even got the picture in black and white, yo. We're about to get Graham Potter, man. Magic.
My man's gone and you still can't say the fucking thing correctly.
It's Graham Potter's tricky blues, man.
Yeah, man, that was Graham Potter's. Yeah, it don't matter about all that.
He wasn't Graham Potter's tricky, man. Bruv.
Yeah, man, Graham Potter's tricky blues, man. You know what I'm saying? Tricky Steely Blues. That's what it is. Like, yeah, and you did a 6-hour stream today.
Talentless dickheads, bruv. Got rid of another manager.
We're gonna get into all of that, Lewis. Don't worry. We're going to get into all of that. I'm going to run through some of the questions as well and some of the big ups. Big up my guy who says big up. Big up to Evan as well. Says big up everybody. Ashley says big up. Prayers for Ryan. Nah, fuck Ryan. Prayers for him. Hold that, Ryan. How did it
Give
feel
me
today?
prayers. Fuck Liverpool.
Yeah. Fuck Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
Prayers to Lewis, man.
Flawless having the best 4 days known to. Oh, I'm having a ball, yo. Seeing other fan bases in meltdown is beautiful. Beautiful. When have I ever spoke with this much energy? How great it is. It's brilliant, man. It's A1. But Taza said, big up, guys. I told you Tuchel would get sacked / walk away before the World Cup in the summer. Flawless. Called Liverpool fall off and the Virgil sus. I'm going to wait till the end of the season for my flowers. You did call the Tuchel thing. I'll give you credit for that. With the Liverpool fall off. Yeah, but Liverpool fall off to where, Mertaz? I don't understand this point that you're making.
Bro, we're only 7 games in with
yes, like this is, and that's Ryan telling you that. Ryan's the one telling you, yo,
no, anything can happen in 7 games, my friend. Anything can happen.
I'm just judging. Oh, yeah, but with you, man, it's a bit different. But I'm judging, like, Van Dijk, I'm just putting it down to a bad run of form. Like, it happens. It's only been a few games.
It's been 7. Ryan is telling you,
we'll get it together at some point.
Yeah. And I don't get what Mertaz's point when he's like, oh, Liverpool will fall off.
That's all.
Yeah, he said Liverpool will fall off. Fall off to where, though? Like, where are they? Like, I never predicted him to win the league.
Maybe get to 4th or 5th place. I
think you'll still finish. I think you'll still finish top 4.
I still think we'll finish second.
I still think you'll finish second.
I can't like Forest, man.
Go on, Jess.
Maybe Peter was onto something. Maybe Liverpool gonna finish 8th this year because of the community
I want to be wrong on this, but someone's got to overtake them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
You've got Liverpool, you've got Chelsea, you've got Spurs, you've got Arsenal, and you've got us. If there was 2 or 3 other great sides, I'd be like, yeah. but nobody looks great.
Bro, I'm saying all the top 6, with the exception of
wait
City, have question marks over them at the moment.
Absolutely. We have the fewest, though. We'll just get that out there. But, you know.
But we all know that.
we got
We're nowhere near the
like
finished article yet as a team, innit?
Say that again, Ryan. Say that again.
We all know, like, with United, you are improving, but you're nowhere near the finished article.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And Arsenal have always had question marks over him, no matter how good a start they've had.
Yeah.
Chelsea
Arsenal
have just
have a
had
question
their
mark.
manager.
Arsenal are the question mark.
Tottenham are getting results, but I still feel Tottenham will fall off at some point.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have any questions about Chelsea. We're getting your boy.
They're getting the manager.
That is true, actually. They're getting your boy.
No, I think it's a good. I'll be honest. It's a
You're
very
going to
good
be
appointment.
honorary Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, you're going to be proper Chelsea fan.
Don't worry, I'll get you a Salah Chelsea kit.
There you go.
Let's go.
That's nice.
Torres. We'll get you Torres.
Benayoun. Liverpool putting a geriatric in midfield now. Klopp is evil, says Olu. Says Milner out here doing bleep tests. Ryan, are you ready for the uncomfortable conversations about your greatest of all time fullbacks and centre backs? Van Disney, Trent, and Tuchel pack. Hey, here's what it is.
I'll talk about Van Dijk and Trent in a bit.
He went on that 3-0 down.
In a bit.
Yeah, he went on that 3-0 at halftime when they were 3-0 down. Olu says Liverpool have had the shortest years in dominance ever, lasted 3 seasons. They weren't even dominant. I said it. They are the greatest number 2 we've ever seen. They are final form Luigi. They are the best ever we've seen in life, but they are number 2. And now that is coming to an end. However, I still think they'll finish second. I don't think there's anybody else better than them.
That's what I mean. They're still saying Mickey Mouse. Like, Mickey Mouse the fucking
This league is so shit, you know.
They'll fully
don't call the league shit because you should, man. What are you doing here?
No, but the fact that we're so bad and I still think we're going to come second easily.
Yeah, because you don't rate anyone else. You don't rate. You don't rate Potter. You don't rate Potter as highly as if you said you should. You should rate Potter as highly. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Potter winning Champions Leagues.
Nah, Chelsea are going to be interesting to watch because I do really think that's a good appointment.
Yeah. We're not going over that. You were talking about if Potter was in charge of a top 6 club, he'd win a Champions League. Now he's at a top 6 club.
Give it time. I hope he does.
Now it's giving time.
Give it
time. See how you know this guy full of shit, people. Hi Ryan, are you Klopp out yet? Ask his previous teams what happens in year 7. So you're not Klopp out. You're still fully Klopp in, yeah?
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Lewis? Tuchel in, Tuchel out? Talk to me.
I like how.
Why are you encouraging this shit, bro?
Hey, Flores, you're not a good friend, man.
It's not funny, bro.
You're not a good friend.
Man is in mourning. I've suffered enough this year. First, I lost Christensen. Now I've lost fucking Tuchel.
Man lost AC and Tommy Pickles, yo.
Fucking Havertz is still at my football club. Managed to outlost them both.
To fair, like Lee Gunner can maybe unlock Havertz and Lukaku.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Havertz and Mount. No, Havertz and Mount in it. That's the 2 of them, man. Havertz and Mount.
These fucking Chuckle brothers are still here. Can't be fucking arse.
Oh, yo, how you gonna be rude and not answer my question, man? About are you Tuchel in, Tuchel? What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Tommy Tuchel's tricky blues, man. Yeah, man.
Still Tuchel in, bro. Bring him back.
Bring him an AC in it. You're gonna run it back, man. Gonna run it back.
Players.
Oh. Yo, Mertaza, LT, yeah, we laughed. For those that haven't seen the fan calling show, LT, when we did the first one, I think it was the first one, called in, and he was saying about how Liverpool and Chelsea don't have that dog in them, and we laughed. And now, after seeing my team, because I'm full passion merchant in it, I've done a complete 180 and I am full on passion merchant. You know what I'm saying? Badge kissing, understanding the club, dying for the hype, design, passion, and intensity. You got to have that dog in you. LT was spitting, man. We owe him apologies. That's someone who deserves his flowers. And when he calls in, I'm going to tell him that. Mertaza says, Mane is a huge loss for Liverpool because he's so creative as a player. Ryan, I know you want to die on that hill that he isn't, but the evidence is there.
I don't get how Sadio Mane stops us from conceding 4 goals and our midfield losing control of games. I don't really get how that works, to be honest.
Well, fair dues. Flawless said, man got Tuchel in black and white already. Funeral settings and that.
Hey, he's in mourning. Why is he in black and white?
He's mourning, man. He's mourning. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
the end of an era, man.
I should have came with a suit and tie. You know what I'm saying?
How long was the era?
This is a short ass era, fam. You know what I'm saying?
That
shit was a trailer.
Liverpool's dominance. But
yeah, it's almost a short Liverpool's dominance. Yo, man, that's what they are. Liverpool are final form Luigi. They are the best Luigi we will ever see in our lifetime of our generation. They are no other number 2 will win a champs, win a Premier League, get 90 plus points twice, be 2 games off a quad, but only win the FA Cup and League Cup, win the FA Cup and League Cup together, have the best fullback pairing we've arguably seen, one of the best centre backs we've ever seen, one of the best pivots when he was in the prime they've ever seen, a goal scoring machine like Salah ever, like that front three of Firmino, Mane, Salah, like goalkeeper Alisson. We will never ever see that quality of number 2s again. We will never see a Robin we will never see a Tails like that. I'm trying to think of more number 2s people.
We get the message now.
Yes, we will never see a Kane like that. Yes, we will never see a Kane like that ever again. I'm saying in that they are the best new age outlaws we've ever seen. New age outlaws, they are like they are to DX, they are to the Premier League what the new age outlaws were to DX. You know what I'm saying? And that it's not the same shit. They are what the APA were to the Attitude Era. Best number 2s we've ever seen, man. I'm telling you. They are what the Usos are now to the Bloodline. That's them. And I'm a big fan of the Usos. Saying, do you understand the point, Ryan? I'm not sure.
You just go to the next comment. I understand what you mean completely.
You like F1, innit? You remember F1? Like they are when Michael Schumacher was dominating, and he had Eddie Irvine and his number 2. That's them.
I never watched it when Michael Schumacher.
I did, innit? So Eddie Irvine, they won mad constructors championship. See how switching lanes?
You guys are
did you? I never thought you did.
I used to watch F1 back in the day, like 90s, early 2000s.
Well, when Schumacher was there.
Yeah, because I was a Ferrari guy, innit? That was my guy.
You don't watch Eddie anymore, though?
Nah, I don't watch it anymore. Eddie Irvine was their number 2, and they won mad constructors championship. I bet if I Google Eddie Irvine, like that's Liverpool, man. Give them props, man. Give them props. Best intercontinental champions we've ever seen. Telling you, man. Telling you, they are Triple H of the power trip. Lewis, you remember the power trip?
Yeah,
with Stone Cold, and that's Liverpool. I can keep going, people. Hey, people, drop me some more number 2 analogies.
Fucking Shawn Michaels and these lot are Marty Jannetty and that.
They're fucking robbing, bro.
They are, man. Exceptional. I'm telling you.
They're like the best. They're like the best.
Man's like X-Pac off DX.
They're literally Gerald. They're literally Gerald, bro. The slip when it matters.
Yeah, man. They are Gerald. Yes, 100%. Prediction for the United game tomorrow, because man keep asking me. United win. Remember when Klopp said something like, "We'll see you in Istanbul next year. The mentality monsters may not even survive the group stages. Klopp's in the mud." Are you concerned about not getting out of the group, Ryan?
It's a tough effort.
I think we need to win the Ajax game next week at Anfield. We need to win that still.
Fuck you guys for getting Ajax. I
think if we win that game, we got Rangers back to back after that. They should be okay. I think Rangers are pretty shit from what I've seen of them. I think if we lose one more game, we could be a bit fucked. I still expect us to get through, to be honest. I think that was probably our hardest game today as well in the group, Napoli away. So, if I'm being honest, I probably still expect us to get through, to be honest. But terrible start, but I still expect us to get through.
All right, say you do lose this second game. Klopp's under pressure. Are you Klopp out if you lose that? If he loses that game in the Champions League?
No.
Sure, man said probably. Okay.
I don't see what a new manager comes in and does anyway. Like,
hey, there's a new. I'm just saying, you got one German manager. There's another German manager now available.
Keep your fucking hands off Tommy Tuchel, bruv.
He's coming to the Hotspur way.
You can fuck off as well. Always taking our scraps. How many fucking managers?
Tuchel's going to be Spurs manager soon, man. Don't worry.
Come on. I remember the interviews.
None of this. Come on, man. You tried to rob one of our legends, and you ruined his legacy. Then you try and ruin Conte's legacy. Now you want to ruin Super Tommy Tuchel's legacy.
No way. You just defending Conte here, bro. I know you didn't like him.
I big up Conte, man. I got mad love for him. You lot are ruining him.
I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Tuchel to Spurs, Conte to Liverpool, man. Make it happen. You know
Conte to Liverpool, no chance.
Yes,
I'm not having Conte.
Yes.
I'm not having Conte, fam. No. No way I'm having Conte at Liverpool.
No. To be fair, he can reach more domestic trophies than Klopp did. But all I'm gonna say is, bro, like I remember Tuchel, the interviews was insane. How he used to watch Tottenham when he was younger in the TV.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Waiting for that, he used to watch Jurgen
Yeah,
Klinsmann.
then he grew up.
And Rule
Yeah,
Fox.
when he grew up,
and Ledley King.
Come on,
Then he grew up and realized the place is a dump.
No, he realized like, yo, let me be the one to change it.
Then he went to Chelsea and just dunked on Spurs every time he played them.
Yeah, but now he needs to change it by coming to
Man, in morning, yo. Lewis is in morning, Ryan's in morning. Oh, this is beautiful. Question for Ryan from Saint. You having a ball, Jess. This is great. I'm having a ball, man.
I'm just trying to dream of Tuchel coming to Spurs like he never downgrade. That's like going out with an 8 and then fucking shagging a 1.
This is what they say about Jose. See, I would say never say never.
I will say never on that.
Jesus. Question for Ryan. This is from Safe. Do you think Liverpool have the balls to ask Klopp if he misses out on the Champions League places?
No, I don't think they sack.
So you just think it's a blip? That's what you're saying. You think?
No, I think if that scenario happened, which I don't think it will, I still don't think they'd sack him.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough.
Would I don't know, innit? I don't know. If that scenario happened and he missed out on Champions League, and obviously doesn't win the Champions League, I don't know, innit? I don't know.
Fair dudes. It's gonna be interesting though. Who's your next game against?
Wolves on Saturday.
3:00 kick.
Yeah.
You guys are not winning though. Still, I'll be real.
That's a tough game, man. Yeah,
why do you think that, Jess? Why do you?
Because Wolves are actually defensively good. They just don't score, so it's gonna be a hard time.
Thing is, it's a game that will suit Wolves as well because
is it Anfield or is it at their place?
It's at Anfield.
Oh yeah, they're gonna come to Anfield and bop you man off the park.
Wolves are good in transition, innit?
They got Diego Costa coming in. It's peak.
Got Costa now.
Oh, if they have Costa bullet header, I need that in front of the cop end.
What's it called? Dunkle.
Yeah. Hey, I seen Van Dijk struggling against Oshiman and that. Van Dijk looking real funny.
Oshiman's a good player, man. But yeah,
Q-tip getting bodied by Diego Costa injected.
Don't do this, man. He's just a sprinter, man.
Has Virgil played against Diego Costa for us?
No,
but he did against Southampton and he made him dance.
Virgil Southampton was fucking. He was. I don't know. He was getting twerked on by certain players. I remember him getting dunked on by Martial.
And what is Mont stressed, Black Diamond? I need to check out that stream. Is Mont stressed? I need to go check out and drink some Monsters.
I can't even enjoy this Liverpool bullshit, bro.
Nah, don't worry, man. I got you, Lewis. I'll enjoy it enough for the both of us in it. Well, me and Jez,
I see one. Your boy's one of the players that's the Snakes, by the way.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. But before we do, there's over 50 of you lot locked in.
Every fucking time ruining this club.
Yo, there's over 50 of you lot locked in. We even got 20 likes. Hey, mods, get everyone liking. Let's get the likes up. We out here converting like we have it to mount. Get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? And
barely any players said goodbye to Tuchel or said anything to them on Twitter until like 8 o'clock in the evening.
We're gonna discuss that.
I DM'd them earlier.
Every last one of them.
All right, let's get there, Lewis, because you want to get it off your chest.
Mate, I wanted to talk about Van Dijk.
Nah. We gotta get this first. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Tuchel sacking. Talk to us, Lewis, and then obviously the whole aftermath with it. You just mentioned their players. A lot of reports have come out stating there was different things happening.
Your giraffe boy, C1.
What happened? Go on, talk about it,
bruv. I don't even know where you start on all of this shit because nobody expected to wake up to it.
Facts.
It's clear that there's been a big fallout with the board, but it's clear the board never really wanted Tuchel in the first place. But if that's the case, why'd you back him with 300 million? Mm-hmm. That makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. If you wanted to bring somebody in, you bring them in and sack Tuchel at the start of the summer. Even if it's a bit harsh, at least you're doing it before the season starts. Doing it 7 games in makes no sense at all. Bunch of players complaining about not being played in the right position or not being given enough game time. I understand the lack of game time, but when you come on and you're fucking shit, it doesn't make any difference or give any justification for you to get any extra game time on the pitch. In terms of players being played out of position, I don't really know who you could specifically point out, but if I'm thinking about who's being played out of position, first off, Mount. Couldn't create a Word document, but he's here bitching about fucking Thomas Tuchel. Probably just give him angry eyes or some bullshit. Kai Havertz, jack of all trades apparently, but he can't fucking do shit on a football pitch. Then we're complaining that we're playing him out of position. He's a fucking useless fraud. Ziyech out of position. Fuck, but at least he's tried to facilitate his exit. Same thing with Pulisic, but Pulisic we actually forced to stay. Broja, could imagine him being one of the players being pissed off as well. Who else? In the midfield, I'm not really too sure. Defense, not really as well, but it definitely sounds like an attacking thing. And so, why is the worst attack in the top 6 piping their gums? You all suck. Your attacks been shit under numerous managers. Half of these attackers, the manager didn't even want them when they were first here. Lampard didn't ask for Havertz. Sorry, to be honest, asked for Pulisic. Ziyech, Lampard signing, to be fair. Werner's fucked off. Cho's fucked off. Broja's here as well, but God knows. God fucking knows. But if you're a team in transition, yeah, I expect that there is ups and downs, but you have to be able to find your way through it. You don't sack the manager 7 games into it. Look at fucking Klopp, for example. The first squad that he had was nothing like the squad that he won the Champions League with. He overhauled everything.
It was horrible.
Exactly. He got rid of everyone except Milner. No, he brought in Milner, in fact.
Nah, Milner had just come in.
Oh, yeah, so it's Milner, Henderson, and Firmino.
Stayed, Lovren,
everyone
Milner,
else. Yeah, everyone else, but they weren't big parts of the squad.
Yeah.
Those 3 were the only ones that stayed. We've only brought in 3 Tuchel players, and the only other one's been on loan. And we expect him to do better with this squad. Don't ask him to do better with dog shit and then pin the blame on him. Yeah. And Potter's got a big job to do now because fans aren't going to take to him immediately. They're all too heartbroken off the Tuchel shit. So it's going to be more toxic for him. For the
speaking of heartbroken as well. Sorry
off.
to cut you off, Lewis. Speaking of heartbroken, you know what I'm saying? Heartbroken Ahmed's in the building. But go on, carry on, Lewis. Carry on. Graham Potter's got a big job on his hand. Go on.
What
Potter's got a massive job on his hands because he's got to appease the fans immediately. And it's like, yeah, he's a more attacking manager. Doesn't make our shit attackers any better. He's a miracle worker if we can get the best out of them. This is the last excuse I will hear on those motherfuckers, Havertz and Mount. If they can't ball out under an attacking manager, seriously, sell the pair of them. 2 for 1 deal. I don't give a shit. Send them back to Germany or to fucking Vitesse or wherever. I don't give a shit. Midfield, that's on Tuchel. That's the only thing that I'll hold him directly responsible for. The defense I get doesn't look good, but when you have a brand new defense, they need a time to gel and have a better understanding of each other. So it's understandable that will be a little bit leaky right now, especially when our goalkeepers are fucking dog shit.
I don't think your midfield's helping out your defense as well. It's the same thing with us.
That one's on Tuchel, and I get it, but our midfield's shit, and we all know that.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying about your defense, like
the 3-man midfield we put, it's shit. We tried Mount and Kovacic. Mount is just an atrocious.
That's a terrible.
He's just terrible. The only reason why no one's speaking too much about his performance because Ziyech came on and was actually even fucking worse.
Yeah, don't count that second half, man.
Ziyech was awful. He was
fucking useless, bro. But these players hopefully will get to hear it on Saturday. I don't care whether we win or lose. Actually, it's Fulham. At least don't lose to fucking Fulham. Hey, up the fucking Chelsea and all that.
Up the Chelsea, man. You know what I'm saying? Tommy Tuchel's tricky blues.
I do think it'll...
No, it's the Graham Potter's tricky blues.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting that. Graham Potter's tricky. We need to work on that, though, Jez. But that's a working title.
I do think we're Potter.
One thing I need to spare before you go,
less of that, man.
Yeah.
Before you go, I need to say one thing real quick. For all those people, it's like, obviously, man want to do this all. Oh yeah, I would have been so disappointed, bro, if Poch gets to Chelsea jumping down and all these. Then when you actually read the reports, you can say this guy's actually putting himself out to be the Chelsea manager. And I told
that's your
don't be falling in love with these managers, bro. They don't win you shit, bro. Like the love Poch, but the guy wanted the Chelsea job. Let's have it right. Let's have it right, bro. He wanted that job. So I don't want to hear anything from Tottenham fans say he lost the club, bro. I don't want to hear it. Anyways,
hey, Jose loves us. He still went to your bummy club. I didn't hold it against him.
Paycheck, innit?
Same thing with
because we do pay manager. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think can I say something about Potter?
Yeah.
You guys know how big a fan I am of Potter.
Yeah, I don't know it.
How are you?
I'm not sure now.
No, man.
No, because he did say when he was at Brighton, if he's at a top 6 club, he'll win the Champions League. Now he's at a top 6 club, he don't win the Champions League.
Yeah, we'll see the test. I think. We'll see it now.
Hey, what happens when we sack a manager mid-season?
That's true.
You normally win something. I think you'll win. I think it's potentially.
See, we'll speak into existence.
But not the champs. No,
Graham Potter's Pothead Blues. Let's go.
No.
I think
we don't need you. Lot.
Potter is
FA Cup or League Cup, calm in it. But nah, we don't need no.
This is like the true test of him. Like I wasn't gonna.
Graham Potter's pot smoking blues. Let's go.
I think what we all wanted to see though from Potter.
Go on, Ryan. Go on.
I think what we all wanted to see from Potter is just like, can he make that step up to a big club? Can he handle like the big egos and handle it at a big club? I think he's got it in him. I think he can do it.
Is that what you want to see?
I think.
Well, why are you ignoring the question, bro?
I don't want to see him do well at Chelsea, innit? I obviously don't want to see him do well at Chelsea.
So you're not a Graham Potter fan?
No, I really rate him as a manager.
Yeah, you don't rate him as highly as you stated. You don't rate him as highly as you made out, but go on, carry on.
Do you rate him higher than domestic club?
No, you said, I quote, if he's at a big 6 club, he wins you a Champions League. You said this. I didn't pull this out of the sky.
But I think you said this
in
the future because I think
no. The future's now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know the future business. The future's now. Now your guy has a big 6 club, and now we're pulling up receipts, Ryan. These things are recorded. This thing you're on right now is called a live stream.
That was me overgassing
it
YouTube at the time.
Ryan overgassing it.
That was me overgassing it.
But I'm on the red. But does he have to dog in him to do it?
Yeah, does he have to? I don't think he does.
That's
man.
what we're going to see.
Has that dog in him. I think he's too nice.
That's what we're going to see, though. But I do think he deserves the chance to have this chance. But the thing is, what you need to do, you need to give him time at the end of the day because he does need time to implement his system.
Chelsea
especially like mid-season as well. Especially like joining mid-season as well. Whether he gets that time, we don't know. It's Chelsea in it, and this guy doesn't look like. This guy looks like he has less patience than Roman, to be honest. So like,
I just think he wasn't his guy in it.
Yeah, that's why. I don't think Tuchel was his guy in all seriousness, but I still think sacking him with all that money and then sacking him that quick is a bit of a strange thing to do, isn't it?
So like, what's wrong, man?
One sec. What do you say? What did you say, Lewis?
The Ronaldo situation was a big reason for the fallout as well.
That's mad.
Hey, Todd, manage it. If you want to manage. Yeah, Black Diamond, I got you. If you want to, I hate that, from people who are up above. All right, if you think you know what's best, you manage. Because when it goes wrong, I'm gonna take the criticism.
You know what it is?
I will say though, he was on something.
The thing was, Flawless with that decision, the Ronaldo decision, Tuchel wasn't apparently explaining why, right? Like I feel like if you're like a bully or like a Baghdad, right? You're new to this, right? You're asking the manager for advice. He's sometimes giving you the hard shoulder, or he's just giving you like a closed question answer, like a yes or no. At least Tuchel should have realized these guys are really new. Maybe this gives them a reason as to why you don't want him. And that's the thing. He wasn't even giving them that. And these guys are your bosses as well. Remember, these guys are going to be there. If he was winning football and everything, these kids would have been on him the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years until he either sacked or he left the club. So giving a reason is stupid, isn't it, man?
Okay, but
this guy's name's Shameless, by the way. Man,
but in the same time, though, can I just play advocate and don't you think they couldn't possibly even before the incident about Ronaldo? Don't you think that something could have happened even before that, where like the relationship already started? Because for me, it doesn't make sense that Tuchel wouldn't be explaining why he doesn't want Ronaldo to the owners. So for me, maybe something happened before that.
No. It kind of doesn't make sense because apparently, like how he had the situation with PSG, right? Where he had that thing of that. Apparently, because of that, he prefers just to be a coach and he doesn't like to do all this stuff. Speaking of the owners and that sort of stuff, he just prefers to do his job, which is just coaching only. and he doesn't want to deal with the politics of the club, and that's what's caused the problem with Tuchel right now, basically.
Yeah, but then I can't really. I understand like the club's going through a transition, and I know at this time the owners have no idea about the sport. Kind of do have to give them some advice, but at the same time, that's why I felt like Bowley should have came with a plan. Like either you let Marina do one more summer, or you make sure there comes to DOF and they understands what Tuchel wants, innit? So Tuchel can just totally focus on the coach. I think this is what he should have done.
If he's decided from early that Tuchel just isn't his guy,
should
just sack him in the summer. You don't just give him that much money to spend and then just sack him.
Ryan, look at the players that have been brought. Look at the players that have been brought. You can, of course,
Tuchel signings, bruv.
Aubameyang. That's the main example for me.
But what I'm saying to you, all of these like signings, right? They're still very amendable signings. Where even if Tuchel leaves, these guys can still be used however they want it to be used by any manager that comes in afterwards.
Of course,
right?
Especially Cucurella. I mean, Cucurella's going to ball out for you, man. Now probably.
And
of course, but like I put Cucurella properly, but
and the thing is, even there's some reports now that are saying some of these guys aren't even in signings. So it's becoming like it's becoming conflicting reports basically.
Yeah, but even if it's not his signing, then just sack him and then get the manager in to get that new manager his signings. I'm confused.
That's what I'm saying.
And your thoughts on it, because obviously you're very upset. I think you and Lewis are equally upset on this, Ahmed. So the floor is yours, man. How did you feel?
He wants to see
when that news broke? Yeah, that's true. That is a positive, but we'll get there. That is a positive. That's a step in the right direction, but go on.
I didn't hear what you said. That's why.
Oh, he said about you want to see Gallagher, so hopefully, you know what I'm saying. Let's start Gallagher.
This is an ongoing joke. I repeat, an ongoing joke. Gallagher cannot play for Johnson.
Just carry on, man.
Let's get out of the way.
The floor is yours, man. Your thoughts on Tuchel, how you felt when you first seen it. You was eating your cornflakes.
I'm gonna today.
And you seen the news break.
Yeah, in the words of Diamond, facts over feelings, in it. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, let's go. Blood Diamond's in the building as well. But yeah, go on, carry on.
I'm actually going to do that today. I'm going to do facts and feelings, yeah?
Okay.
Post UCL, yeah, if we are being honest, yeah, have we played beautiful football? Have we played good football? Like, post the UCL Cup. And like, any Chelsea fan, bar like 2 to 3 periods, yeah? Like, yo. I'm going to be honest here, you know?
Moment of silence.
You know what? That's right, man. Well, we need a moment of silence for Liverpool's defense and a moment of silence as for Tuchel.
Listen, man, there are club outs going to be happening soon and hold that stuff. I don't know, but seriously, man. As I was saying, post UCL, like barring like the 2 to 3 months from October to December, until like our right back or right wing back and left wing back and like the midfield starting falling apart, you were not playing good football. Like there were like once like another thing was once after the Real Madrid game, our team basically was playing crap. Like they basically became completely demoralized. I thought like the manager as well became demoralized as well, and that sort of is added into that in the poor start to that season and into the next season, right? The third thing is and if I'm talking right now just about the football inside only, he has lost players in the dressing room. You've lost the likes of Pulisic, you've lost the likes of Ziyech, you've probably lost some other guys that we have not had mentioned. And if you keep these guys in your team, it's only going to cause more problems to you, right? Because they're going to be the same people that are going to stab you in the back because they know they can wait until a new manager comes in and then they can get a new chance and then maybe that manager will be forced to play them. Right, so that's another big thing, right? And especially if these guys are like big guys in like the dressing room as well, and that's not being spoken about as well, right? And then finally, the system that he's been playing, right? A lot of these players have sadly not been playing into positions that they're meant to be playing. Yeah, I spoke to you about this before, Flawless, yesterday about Dynamo Zagreb, right? Why are we playing Mount in a pivot, for example? It don't make sense, right?
It is that, yes. Yeah, you shouldn't, but you should. That should be enough to get past Dynamo Zagreb. But
I know, but it's just like I'm just giving you just an example, right? Where he's done crazier stuff, right?
Why are you playing Mount in general?
Listen, I understand, but I'm just giving examples just from an easy example for everyone to remember, right?
Hey, people are exposing you out here and that. If that's Ames from Matisse's stream, big up to you, Ames. She says that's not what you've been saying on Matisse's streams, Ahmed. Gallagher's #1 fan. Caught in 4K in that. Yo, you've been caught in 4K. You really are IC3 Ryan, man. You know what I'm saying? You got caught.
Up till last night, Ahmed was being a top blue by saying you got to back the manager. You must back. What changed, brother?
I'm looking at it objectively now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking at it.
That's fair.
So last night you wasn't objective then?
I was still last night I was also being objective, but right
now
no. But let me explain what. But let me explain about what I mean by that, Diamond. Right? Last night I was being objective from the point of view that I wanted the manager to still say, because of an ongoing objective issue that we have had at the club since Roman has been at the club, which is the hiring of parent issue. Right, I was that from that point of view, but right now I'm looking at it from like an obituary. Like, he's already gone now. Let's look at it from like from the facts.
You know what's crazy, yeah? You know what's crazy, yeah? When Ole was sacked, me and Flawless was so happy, so overjoyed, and now to see, you all were there when we were going through our pain and whatnot, and now to see this. But what is even more crazy to me, man, I have been watching some streams this evening, and especially Liverpool streams. We think Ryan deluded? No, brother. Out there, boy. Out there's madness. One guy said that Klopp has to take the least amount of blame. The real blame should go on Klopp's coaches, because Klopp doesn't coach. He's a motivational manager. He's a man manager. So Pep Linders has to take the blame. FSG has to take the blame.
Klopp does do quite a bit of a lot of the coaching.
No, listen to this. I am just repeating what Liverpool fans were saying.
Oh yeah, I know what some
right. So they're saying that Klopp only supposed to take 10 to 15%. Blame it on his assistant coaches and blame it on FSG. So I asked the question. So he takes 100% of the praise when you win trophies, but only 10% of the blame when you lose games. I mean, what type of bullshit is that? Another Liverpool fan accused Gunali. Yeah, he accused Gunali of doing voodoo by burying a chicken foot with Salah's name on it in our backyard.
That's not wild, Joe. That is wild. Safe says, you've got Ahmed in the comments doing up apology tours. Safe says, I love seeing Chelsea in disarray being managed poorly. Oh, it's beautiful. Elu says, LOL, Ober is pissed. Imagine the owner telling you he wanted CR7 instead of you, so he sacked the manager. That's a valid point. Safe says, Potter ain't the manager for Chelsea. He'll be another Lampard. Working with Brighton on a shoestring budget, which is a lower level club, is his ceiling. We're going to find out what his ceiling is.
We're going to find out still, yeah.
We are going to find out. Do I think he'll do well at Chelsea? Yes. Do I think he does well enough to take them to success?
It's another question.
That's the thing we have to wait and see.
But how do we view this Flawless objectively? Because I'm a bit confused. You spend close to 300 million allegedly backing the manager. Now I'm hearing that those were all bully signing, because you find yourself in a similar scenario. When Tuchel came in, Chelsea had spent 161 million pounds, but that was not Tuchel's side. Now we're going to have a next manager coming in with close to 300 million spent, and still it would not be his squad. He will still have to build a squad. So this is where I think, bully, this is total madness. It's either giving the manager a season because of the monies invested. This is way too early to pull that trigger. It makes no sense.
And that's what it was. He should have done it. He should have done it from the start, or don't do it now.
I said this before. This should have been, if he was not happy with Tuchel, this should have happened 3 months ago before the season started.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it should have happened before the season started. Now, the thing about the Potter signing, which is not being which I don't know if you guys know, is apparently the new sporting director, the new DOF, has had input on Potter becoming the new manager of the club.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So that's the report that's come out today. So I don't know who this new DOF is, that's another question. And I've said this to you for us already earlier today. A lot of these signings that we have, they are relatable to Potter signings, right? You can use these. Like a guy like Koulibaly, he's a versatile player. Cucurella, a versatile player. Fofana can play with as another versatile player, right? You've got Sterling, who you already know what his position is like.
He's versatile, yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got Aubameyang. Aubameyang's a striker, right? So those are 5 guys already that you already know. And then you got Zakaria, who's like a on loan DM. You've already got another club signing that might be coming in January with Alvarez, which is another DM, with the club of scouting by the data. So it's for me. I can at least in somewhat understand that bit.
But if it is Ahmed that now you're seeing prominent journalists reporting that the rift really started over the CR7 thing, and we know these American owners love a commercial deal. if this rift started because of that, then you all in a world of shit, because that is indicative of utter incompetence.
Of course, yes.
We have had that for 17 years, and we try to warn you guys, but that is madness. Right?
Diamond, yeah. Let me just give you explanation on that one. The CR7 situation was not what started the situation, right? It's like been used as a headline thing. But what has happened when the season before like preseason and they were talking about transfers, Tuchel was not really in their discussions. They had like a WhatsApp group apparently, and they were asking Tuchel, okay, Tuchel, what do you want? And he wasn't basically getting involved with like the talking, the reasoning behind stuff. Like he wasn't basically being active enough, if that makes sense, right? And if you remember, at PSG, he was a bit more demanding of the board there. He was having chats with Leonardo, and that shit came to bite him in the back basically, because eventually him and Leonardo butted heads, and then he got sacked from the club, if you remember, right? And the same situation is sort of basically happened at Chelsea, where he doesn't want that to happen to him, so he's tried to be a bit more just coach only. And that's why, like, when you've been hearing the interviews that, oh, I just want to be a coach, this transfer stuff is not really my thing. Yeah, it's been sort of like subliminals basically at the board to say, I don't want to be doing this. So
you're confident at top 4?
Listen, I won't lie to you, Diamond. I'm not.
He's not confident.
I don't know, bro. I'm not like you. I don't know.
Wait, hold that thought, Lewis. What are you saying about top 4 now? I'm saying Graham Potter's tricky blues. Talk to us.
God knows, but I still demand it.
Okay, fair enough. You're still
minimum priority. I don't care who walks in. Could even be Ollie for all I care. I demand top 4.
Hey man, I think you should get Ollie. I'm saying I'd love to see you lot get
Ollie. I think you lot should get Ollie back.
No. That's what I'm saying. You said this when he was at my club. That's why I tweeted out today, and I received abuse, just unwarranted, unneeded, and just completely unnecessary. When I stated that, Chelsea fans were telling me, "Oh, keep Ollie." Now Ollie's available. You lot should go get him.
But we don't need to keep him. You lot keep him.
No. He's unemployed.
He's a Manc born and bred.
He's really not. He's Norwegian.
Man. Ollie might be going
yeah, he's honorary Manc.
He honorary Manc. He's as Manc as Ahmed. What are you talking about? He's Manc.
But I'm not from Manchester, exactly. So listen.
Wait,
how important is it to have a manager that is fairly balanced in his approach? Because what you're hearing is that Potter could never say no to Chelsea. Just the fact of him being at their helmet would be a dream. So he would more or less be a yes man, because anything Chelsea would give him would be 10 times as much as he could have afforded in Brighton. So he's going to toe the line.
It's good. That's why I'm wondering, when these negotiations they're having, what are they negotiating about at this point? Because I don't know what's going on in that. The DOF situation, I think that'll probably be cleared up in the next few days, and then we'll see what happens. Because in Europe, right, if you look at France, for example, Germany, all these other leagues, right, they don't really demand players like how they're not like manager signings. Usually, the club goes out with the DOF to buy the players, right, for that said position, and then the manager basically uses them. So unless they're trying to do a similar model to that, backed by their own data, and then the Brighton data guru that he's bringing in as well, to bring in data analyzed players, then I think that's the way we're going. I'm afraid. Because you're already seeing it.
I'm afraid. We ain't fussed.
No. What I'm saying is that sometimes when you just do data only, you don't also see the eye test in it. Sometimes you need both of them together to be able to choose the right players to come to your club.
Absolutely,
that's the view that I always take.
You lot continue to get your questions in. It don't have to be on the chat. Yeah, go on, Ryan.
I'm gonna go soon, but I wanted to talk about Van Dijk.
You're next up.
That's what people.
You're next up. You're next up. Let me just
Dijk,
say this.
The third goal, bro.
To everyone who's locked in,
talk about the third goal, bro.
Continue to get your questions in, people. Don't forget continue to get your questions in, people. Don't forget, if you are a member of the channel, your comment does take priority. I will star it and get to it. The link for the membership is in the pinned comment, and of course, if you super chat as well, then your comment will definitely get read out. Don't think I'm just going to the same names and ignoring you lot. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just not ignoring you like I would a Ryan in it. It's literally because it's a part of the membership and the great perks. But that was 110% truth. Where was the joke? Yeah, hold that. Yeah, shut the fuck up. How about that? Yeah. That's the joke, innit? But go on, Ryan. I'm gonna regret this, but the microphone is yours. Yeah. Go on,
Ryan goes, I want to ask Ryan 2 questions in it. Yeah. Is it time, Ryan, for Klopp to go? Obviously, hence my title. You know what I mean?
No, that's the first question answered.
All right. And secondly, does he need to now change the formation of your team? Because right now, the Trent side is being targeted so easily that it's a joke at this point.
So, what formation are you hinting it being changed to? Do you think? Because I think most of the talk's been a 4-2-3-1. I think.
I don't. The thing is, if it's a 4-2-3-1, it would only work, if Elliot was a lot more better than he is, because Thiago and Fabinho, like in a 2, would work, but the problem is Thiago is always going
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Is because
so that's why I've always said maintain. It might be better to play maybe a 3-4-3 like we do.
I think people suggest a 3 at the back, but Klopp won't do that. He doesn't like playing 3 at the back.
I know, but sometimes you have to remove yourself from being stubborn. Because
but Klopp's mad stubborn like that.
The thing is, Klopp is never going to do that. Remember the season when they had all the injuries and he still didn't play 3
Bro, he still didn't go to a back 3. He never did.
He would not
he continued to play back 4.
And
he continued to play the high line and everything. He's mad stubborn with it.
And the thing is, you're going to face Wolves. I just checked this week. Matthias Nunes, João Moutinho, and Ruben Neves. They will humiliate your midfield. They will put your midfield.
Well, the thing is, Thiago will start that game, so that could improve.
Was Thiago back?
Yeah, he came on today.
Thiago
did he?
Thiago is back, man. Listen, it's like he's coming back from injury.
Thiago's back. Right, man.
He was getting pucked when he came.
He got packed today, man, when he came on as well.
He did all right when he came on.
Nah, he's not fit though.
He did well when he came on. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
No, he's not fit.
I'm just trolling him.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, he's not going to be. He's still not going to be 100% match sharpness, right? When he comes.
To be fair, whenever he comes back from injury, which let's be honest is a lot.
Yeah,
he does actually do well as soon as he comes back in. To be fair, like he does kind of get back to. He does, start off quite well. So I'm all right with him. He'll start on Saturday, so that should give us a lift. But in terms of the changing to a 4-2-3-1, it is some. Thing is, I've never been a fan of us over the years of starting games with a 4-2-3-1. I've always thought whenever we've done that in the past, it's never really worked. Like our midfield used to get bypassed quite easily whenever we used to play that, and we never really had a good enough double pivot options to play a good double pivot. But now when I look at it, it was always good as a decent plan B to put another attacker on the pitch, but that's all it was. But now I do think when I look at it, if you got Thiago fit and even Renato, you could afford to maybe play a double pivot with Fabinho, and that could even help Fabinho as well because he looks lost as the lone 6 at the moment. So and then you add another attacker into it. We've got issues with our midfield. Obviously, our midfield option is so bad. So the thought is, why not play a formation which requires less central midfielders? It could work with a Thiago Fabinho double pivot. Do I think Klopp does it? Probably not. I still think he sticks with the same formation. But also what you have to remember is if you play a 4-2-3-1, Salah and Diaz, they'll have to tuck in and have to play a bit more narrow than what you would normally do in a 4-2-3-1 because thing is, if they play wider, you limit the offensive contributions of Trent and Robertson. of the fullbacks. So like, that's one thing you have to keep in mind. That's why I don't think Klopp will change as well. Like he relies on his fullbacks for creativity. That I don't think he goes to 4-2-3-1 because it'll limit that. But I mean, I'd like to maybe give it a chance from the start in the game. To be fair, but
Van Dijk was getting destroyed, bro. Like Van Dijk, like all of your top players, bro. Like
thing is with Van Dijk, it's like
what has happened to your top players, bro? Like listen, yeah, I'm talking about defense and attack now. I'm not even talking about
no. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
And it's like
have
their levels? Is it like they've been doing so much of the pressing style of football that it's been so many years now that eventually it's gonna take a toll on your body, right? Eventually,
I think. Especially, I think there is some burnout because I think playing every single game last season, going for a quad, intense games. I think it was 63 games last season or something like that. That's obviously going to take a toll at the end of the day on these players. But I do think there are a lot of players off form. I think with Van Dijk, what I will say about him is that, look, people saying like, oh, he's finished after his injury, he's declined massive. Look, do I think he's at the same level he was before the injury? No. And I don't think anyone should have expected that either. He was never going to be. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like he wasn't good last season. For me, he was the best centre back in the league last season. And no one debated that. Everyone had Van Dijk in their teams of the season at the end of the season, man. I remember people doing their teams of the season, even rival fans are putting Van Dijk straight in. Like Van Dijk was quality last season. But now for him, I'm just putting it down to a bad run of form. Anyone can have it. And also, I don't think he's even been bad in the last 3 games. Obviously, that's excluding tonight. He was terrible tonight. I ain't going to deny that. But I thought against Bournemouth, okay, it's fine. Bournemouth don't really count. I thought Newcastle, he was good. And I thought against Everton, he was all right. But like the first 3 games of the season, he was awful. But him, I'm just putting it down to a bad run of form. For me, he's too good to like let this continue. Like he will get it together. Like I'm not letting a bad run of few games, act like he's finished. He was quality last season. So for me, he's still the best in the league with Thiago Silva. So like that's where it is. With Trent's a bit more of a worry. I can't lie. Trent's a little bit more of a worry. Like it's kind of the same logic with Van Dijk, where he was so good last season, where you can kind of put it down to a bad run of form. But with Trent, when I watch him play, there is something a bit wrong there still. There does seem to be it seems to be a pure, at times, lack of motivation from Trent. Like the way he's just jogging back at times.
Did you see the third goal, bro? The third goal, he did nothing.
Bro.
He actually just...
with him, he's just
he was like... Bro, unironically, yeah? This is a print corner, yeah? He literally, the guy literally went like this, yeah? He flicked the ball on and he didn't move. He didn't move.
Bro, he was so bad, bro. Like, again, I could put it down to a bad run of form for him, and there is a part of me that's saying do that, but like, it's quite worrying with him. Like, I think Van Dijk will come back in it. I think he'll come back to good form. But with Trent, there is a serious worry there, to be honest.
I'm telling you right now,
he still has to keep playing because it's not as if we've got a backup for him.
I know.
Like the backup we brought in, Calvin Ramsey, he's still injured. He's just come back into light training.
Could you not use Gomez?
Can't put anyone in for him.
Can you put Gomez there? Can you not?
Pardon?
Can you not put Gomez there? Because now, Matic basically.
I mean, you could do, but then even Gomez ain't playing well at the moment. But then putting Gomez at right back, he did do okay in some games last season there. But then he doesn't offer anything going forward, innit? As well.
So Ryan, you think there's any rumors to this Trent Rastaman vibes?
Sorry, bro.
What you're saying is that Trent on this Rastaman vibes where he's a vegan, he no longer eats meat. He's on a spiritual journey, growing his dreadlocks, smoking that ganja. You think that could be true? Because the man looks high, you know. Instead of playing a high line, he looks like he's playing a high line, you know. Hard ganja.
I know what you mean. I do think there is something wrong with, like, Trent is looking like it's a pure lack of motivation from him at times this season. He looks low in confidence. He just looks bad in everything. Apart from the Bournemouth game, but again, it's Bournemouth. I don't really count that. They're shit. He's not had one good game this season apart from that game. He's been shit in every single one. It's a joke. Like, at least Van Dijk, I think, has had good games against Everton and Newcastle in it.
Van Dijk looks in trouble too, brother. He looks in serious trouble, you know.
And
this is why I always said that people should withhold until a fella retires when people were starting to see that he better than Vidic and Ferdinand and whatnot. The man had a couple good years, but he looks like he's mentally out of it also. He's not engaging, he's stepping back.
Facts.
You know,
but I still think
Seth is in the building as well. Yes, sir. What are you saying?
I think he'll come good in it.
That's fire.
I say he's had three very good seasons with us.
That's fire.
Three very good. Obviously,
Glow Potters is cold. That's fire. That is fire. Cobham Glow Potters is fire.
Oh, that's sick, you know.
Yeah, that's
fire. So good, man. Just come off a stream. Got 130 people watching, 30 new subs, so it's all good.
Let's go. Casually FC people, make sure. And Marshall is in the chat as well. He's there. Make sure you get over and subscribe. You can see Surfer over there. All of the Chelsea residents, which there seem to be millions of them over here, over on there as well. And I think everyone's been over there. I think even Ahmed's been over there. So, you know, he's just letting anybody in.
Yeah, he's down there.
Is that so? Is that so? I'm watching the philosopher.
I know you are. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? A loss won't bring you Thomas Tuchel back. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he's doing, isn't it? It's not.
I've made peace with that already. Like,
we can lose to Sociedad. We can lose to Palace. Hey, Tommy Tuchel's still not.
That wasn't necessary, bro.
Oh, did that hurt?
Some violence, man.
Yeah, that did.
Oh, now it's violence. Now it's violence. But it was me. No one didn't save me.
Bro, I want the type to dance in your grave.
Yo,
man.
you constantly dive. You didn't even have the decency to say hello before you danced on my grave. You just get straight to it. You don't even go, yo, big on the panel.
No, man, I always say hi.
This guy.
Free Tommy Tuchel, man.
Yeah, shout out Tommy Tuchel, man. Now he's been freed, but he's no longer at the bridge. You know what I'm saying? He's good.
Now, what was I saying again?
You were talking about Van Dijk.
I think Van Dijk will get his form back, though. I'm not too worried about him. I think, look, it's just a few games. I think he'll get his form back. And if he doesn't, then it becomes more of a worry, of course. But I think, for me, he's too good not to, like, get his form back, innit? So I think he will. I think Trent's more of a worry for me than
said somewhat Ledley King too.
No, but you know what? Van Dijk had the same thing, bro. Like last season, there were times last season where he had the similar thing to this season where he was looking shaky. But like this,
I think that was more the first half of the season, though, bro, where he hadn't played for like a year, and then he was just trying to settle back into playing football. But second half of the season, he was outstanding, bro. Like he was outstanding second half of the season, bro. He was one of our best players without doubt. And like I said, no one debated putting him in team of the season at the end of. I remember we played Inter away in the Champions League last 16 2-0. We were shit, but Van Dijk and Konate were brilliant at the back, and they were getting like even rival fans were bigging those two up after the game. Van Dijk and Konate, like Van Dijk was still quality last season. I say he's had 3 very, very good seasons with us, innit? But obviously he needs more to like put himself in that bracket of like the Reals and Terrys and all that, innit? But like I still got faith in Van Dijk. Van Dijk, like I'm just putting it down to a few bad games, innit? Like he'll come good.
They used to say that about Ledley King as well. And then you see what happened.
But with Ledley King, I think it was just he got
this
injured.
is all but should like what he was. We know Van Dijk was a great. No one's disputing that over that 3-year period. Again, did some people put him in conversations he didn't deserve to be in? Yes. Was he the best defender in the league over those 3 years? Yes. But we're talking about now in 2022. 2021, Chelsea were Club of the Year with Tommy Tuchel and European champs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
look at him now.
We're only a month into the season.
Yeah, I hear that. And people have to be reactionary. Go on, Black.
We
are still Club of the Year, by the way.
Yeah, I'm getting confused because when
Tuchel's not
Klopp won the 2 trophies last season, I was on stream when you said he was a specialist at failure, and that was with 2 trophies. So now, listen. So now that the club seems to be in trouble and everything is going wrong, and he is a specialist at failure, what makes you remain Klopp in then? Explain.
Look, I probably should have worded that different. I still think.
Of course you should have, because now you're dead. Because the man in trouble now. When he was winning, he was a specialist at failure, and now that he's in trouble, you're Klopp in. So it's a blatant contradiction.
I think I said it after he just lost the Champions League final, but I
it
was
was it was emotions.
Yeah,
Always the victim is never your fault.
One thing we know about Ryan is he's emotional. Like we know
Nah,
this.
it was emotions.
I give him his credit. I hate giving him credit
I
for
was so upset after
yeah,
that final.
I hate giving you credit for anything, but one thing about Ryan says he's like, yeah, I'm emotional. Like he lets us know.
Yeah, I was like after that Champions League final. Like, Force remembers me in the group, shameless group chat the next day. Like it was
bless you.
I think I messaged you every day for like 2 months or something.
2 weeks. You voice noted me every morning for 2 weeks or something. Like, I mean.
Sounds like a nice day.
Yo, he didn't even message me back. You know what I'm saying? Not on one time, you know. Did he?
I remember that time though when he was ghosting.
Yeah, we remember.
Yeah, I had exams at them time.
Yeah, exam hype. Yeah. Sure, exam hype. Yeah, uni exam hype in it. But you still in the comments.
But let's keep things back here because Chelsea going through the pain, Liverpool going through the pain, and whilst all this is happening, it is distracting us from that utter pagan on the panel called Jez, who had the balls to become a Tottenham Spurs fan this evening after being on loan. Big pagan. Bond that pagan. So long they're smiling.
We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham.
On loan to Dortmund, but celebrating this evening Spurs won.
Man called him Richardson 10 minutes before he scored. He kept calling him
exactly.
Richardson.
Deal with that.
Richardson. And then he went, Richardson.
You know what?
I said Kieran Richardson. You know,
Richard Mille.
You know, bro, I'm a very shameless person. I'm still Dortmund.
He's very shameless.
So yeah. But
He's
nah,
very
bro,
shameless.
but don't doubt it, man. I'll be real, man. How can you say, bro, we're gonna win a trophy this year from that? Bro, the football was terrible today.
Did I say that? I said it. I said it is possible.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. It's the same thing.
It is no. Me saying definitively you are going to win a trophy from saying, all right, basically it's like this. Possibly, you're going to end up with Mariah Carey. Possibly. Because you're a sex man, right?
Hey, just shoot your shot, man.
Yeah, possibly. But if I guarantee that you're going to end up with two separate things, brother.
Hey, DM me, fam. The worst.
If you want to take, no, I love this. If you want to take one, Jazz, I'm all game, man. Come on, bring it. I'll murder that.
I'll be real, bro. I was watching the football.
You can't have two sides in the Champions League, brother.
This is Jez.
Come on,
man, Jez. Come on, Black Diamond. You know Jez, man. This guy flag switches internationally. He's just done it at club level. He's just done it at club level. Like,
yes, because he's a Ghanaian German. Correct. At least he's consistent.
He is
because he supports Ghana and Germany.
And hey, yo, you lot, it's sick. We have over 80 of you lot locked in, but we're even at 50 likes. Let's bump up them likes, innit? Let's do this, man. Where else you getting this late night content? I say it all the time. Sarcasm City TV, kings of late night sporting content, but you gotta get these likes.
Like the video. You got Ahmed at full screen.
I guess.
Calm down.
Let's get the likes up. None of this Mountain Havertz conversion rate or none of this Liverpool successful duel rate for Van Dijk. None of them
I think there's just a bunch of Liverpool fans salty in the comments.
Yeah, it is. It must be like that. It really, really must be. Absolutely.
I was watching the game today, bro. I can't lie, man. Like my eyes are bleeding when I watch this content football. It stinks. Like how is he still playing?
I remember. I was with you.
How can you still play Emerson, bro? Like, I don't care how. Bro, Spencer's literally a year younger, bro, than Emerson. What are we doing here, bro? Get Spence on the pitch, bro. Bro, get Son Han-Ming out of this fucking starting 11. I know it's not gonna happen, but I need to. Today he played like a 2 out of 10, bro. It's just sad to watch when you watch him play football. Like this, I can't even call this football no more. I can't do this no more.
You know what's crazy?
I'll take Alanga right now.
Right. Wow.
You know what's crazy, guys? Quickly, Klopp has a 28% win percentage, and Tuchel has a 42% win percentage.
Yeah, man. Justice for Tuchel.
I'm telling you, man. Tuchel going when Klopp gets sacked. Tuchel going to Anfield, man. You heard it here first.
He needs to wait for the Hotspur.
That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or Tuchel to Spurs and Conte to Liverpool.
There also Poch Leicester rumors started.
I need Poch at Chelsea just for the chaos.
For the bunts.
Just for jokes.
What's his name? Graham Potter's been confirmed in it basically.
Oh, has it been confirmed?
No, I said apparently there are Poch to Leicester rumors.
Oh, that makes sense. Poch to Leicester makes
sense.
Oh, he's getting fucked.
It makes sense.
I heard Rodgers to Chelsea rumors earlier today, and I was going to just jump head
that
first.
clip of the Rodgers one was madness, man. That was madness.
Lewis, don't worry, man. You'll find new favorite
Like
players.
when Jose got sacked in 08.
Yeah,
and in 2015.
A new Cobham graduate who's a centre back who's half decent and a bench player will come through, and you'll get another German manager. You'll be alright. Klopp when Klopp gets sacked, Klopp to the bridge. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Carlo Ancelotti, man.
Take the glasses off him and just be like Tuchel's there.
Klopp.
You know what I'm saying?
You know when Carlo Ancelotti.
I'm not taking Liverpool's Kloppy seconds. I'm not taking
that. Fuck that. Coco Klopp's out.
Yeah.
Man, Ancelotti, bro. I hate me when Ancelotti left, man.
Did it hurt? Good. I'm glad it hurt, man. I hope it still burns. You know what I'm saying?
If Klopp gets sacked, man.
They should just switch, man. Tuchel to Anfield, Klopp to the bridge. I'm with that.
You know what? He will not fix up issues for another 2 years.
I don't care if he's fixing it. I just want to see chaos.
He's going to buy more road runners to that team.
Yeah. Assad says if you missed Tommy Tuchel, you're weird. We played the worst football we've ever played under him. I think that's a bit of a stretch. You lot were successful though, Assad. I don't get that. Well, we move. Surfer, you there? Yeah, Surfer. Yeah. I actually want to get your thoughts on this as well. Tuchel being sacked. Initial thoughts, then all the news that came out after it surrounding him falling out with players, issues with the board, issues with Todby, etc., etc.
Yeah, so this sacking is not down to one thing, it's down to many things. The football is one of them, absolutely. It's down to, I believe he lost the bulk of that dressing room when he threw them under the bus, and some people say that he should have done that, but once you do that, you are then on a loser because you're not going to get rid of all those players.
No,
and you're picking some of those players still constantly as well, which doesn't make sense if you've got issues with them. I believe it also stems from a point of, well, we're hearing the stories that come out about how he reacting to certain things, wanting to do other things, not being really receptive to different ideas, stuff like that. And I truly believe that they were willing to work with him, but when they're getting some of the responses that we've seen written or something like that, not receptive to
what were the responses when you say he wasn't willing? Was
he's
it
just not making himself available? He's not when they're needing to talk to him, he's not receptive to, he doesn't like the changes, like with Marina and Peter Cech going. It's very strange because it's almost how the stories are coming out. It's like he's acting as if Roman was still in charge. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like, these guys look like they were willing to, and they've backed him in the transfer market. I'm not hearing this nonsense about, none of these transfers were his. They were maybe the one I can only really doubt is maybe Cucurella. Maybe I want him. I'd want him in the squad.
Yeah, Cucurella's definitely an upgrade on Alonso.
I just don't think with the football. I don't think it's the 5 games. I mean, this has been going on since the Madrid second leg. After that, these performances, and they're just not getting any better. And what he built himself up was the defense, but we're leaking goals. We're leaking goals. And he built his reputation at Chelsea on defense. And we're leaking goals. And I just don't think, listen, he's not there. He wasn't their guy, even though I think they're willing to work with him. But afterwards, it's like, well, if this guy's not really, really receptive to change and anything like that and willing to work with us, let's get someone in very quickly, as soon as possible. Let's announce the DOF, which reports out tonight. Some are suggesting that a new DOF will be announced shortly, and they had some part in wanting to hire Graham Potter.
I did hear that. Yeah,
that's a good sign because those two have to work together. So that's good. But they're entitled to make these changes. They spent 4.25 billion on the club. They spent nearly 300 million in transfer fees. They put 800 and above million aside to renovate the stadium. It's there, and they're successful business people. Do you know what I mean? They might be new to football, and that's why hopefully when they get a DOF, they allow them to run that side of the actual operation. But listen, was I surprised they pulled the trigger early? Yes, but I'm also desensitized and to the fact that I've seen this before, so it's not going to really shock me. I think what it's partly myself is that the Chelsea fan base thought that maybe they were different from Roman in the fact they wouldn't act so quickly to fire a boss. But let's just not look at the headline. Look at all these stories coming out. The players falling out, him treating some of the youth players harshly when they made the mistake. That's coming out. Playing players out of position regularly, not being flexible with his tactics, as witnessed on Tuesday, bringing Ziyech on and playing him at right wing back. Why?
Yeah, that was changed.
Pulisic at left wing back.
Continuing to pick players who are out of form, and just generally not, just like I said, once you leave the dressing room, you can't get it back. Even Mourinho had that twice, or not twice, once. Couldn't get it back. So it's harsh, but I just think it was, in the end, I just don't think they also didn't see it getting any better. The performances, it was turgid football, man. Absolutely turgid. It was.
Yeah, the football was terrible.
Can I tell you something? As a collective, I don't like this team and squad as a collective. I like certain individuals, but I don't like them as a team. They don't bring me any joy. I don't feel any. Even though they won the Champions League, I don't feel a big link to this team like previous teams because they haven't followed up. They haven't earned it. You know what I mean? Haven't earned my. In my mind, they haven't earned my respect yet.
Okay.
And like I say, it's like watching them is so it's so predictable. Lewis had the stream on, and it was like, oh, the first 10 minutes are great. They scored, and then we knew what was happening. There's nothing, and it's just one of those things. It's harsh, but it's reality, isn't it? So, better start now than wait till after the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? It's still September. There's plenty of the season left. The only thing that Potter's coming into a big job if it's him. It's a big test, and from now, he's playing every 3 or 4 days. So he doesn't have like a week long sometimes with the players. So he's got to hit the ground running, man. He's got to hit the ground running. So it might be a very bumpy ride for the first few games.
Winter, I fully agree, and normally rival fans will banter. A rival fan shouldn't really care, but here on Sarcasm City, we tend to have balanced thinking. And a lot of people don't really understand or taking all the factors into consideration.
Yeah.
This club was sanctioned.
Yeah.
This club was in turmoil trying to find owners. Finally got in owners. Couldn't renew contracts, couldn't bring in players. And all these factors taken into consideration would have led up to this.
Yeah.
And regardless of the money spent, because somebody was saying somebody on Football Terrace just was saying, with the money Chelsea would have spent, they're supposed to be competing for the title, which is utter nonsense.
Yeah.
Because the money that was spent was basically to replace the players that left. It never really reinforced the side or strengthened the side.
Yeah.
Right? So any club, and this is where I understand it, and Flawless is going to understand this, Chelsea is in an actual transition. This is no doubt. This is starting from square one. Likewise with United, people will say Ten Hag Spence, we are in total transition. This is a new philosophy, new manager building from the bottom coming up. And people will banter foolishly. But this is reality of the situation. We have a lot of fickle United fans. And after the first 2 games, some people were already Ten Hag out. And old Chelsea fan base is also very very hasty and reactionary. So I know you will be prepared, but how long you think the general fan base will be prepared to give Potter? Because it was just last night that Rory Jennings was chanting Tuchel out.
Yeah.
And then it happened this morning.
Yeah.
So how much time,
what the irony is,
I just want to
1
go
sec,
back
Ahmed.
to,
Go on. Let Surfer go.
the
And then you go.
timeline. You're right. We were sanctioned. You couldn't sell a Mars bar, let alone sign a player. You know what I mean? In May, you know what I mean? We got bought, and then everyone keeps forgetting. I don't ever think Todd Bowley wanted to be in charge of transfers. He had Marina and Peter Cech there. I think he wanted to transition and hire a DOF afterwards to get those done. But they didn't. There was some type of clash, or they didn't agree on the transfer targets. They wanted to keep Lukaku. We wanted to get him out. But they then left. He had to take it on. There's no way you can hire a DOF in that time because you're behind the 8 ball on transfers and other clubs anyway. So you're behind. So you need to work on. Going back to what you asked, like when Tuchel was hired, there was Lampard backers who would never give him a chance no matter what. They had to hold firm because we won the Champions League, right? So they had to wait until this happened. That's why Rory Jennings didn't say anything until 2 days ago or last week about this. It'll be the same with Graham Potter. There'll be people who back Tuchel, it's absolutely fine, but won't give Potter a chance because they're too emotional and attached, and that's the problem. What you're seeing online right now is feelings over facts, and they won't hear anything. Some people don't even blame Tuchel for anything right now because they don't see him. They see him walking on water. They're not willing to accept his what's the word? They're not willing to accept that he could change or anything like that. As soon as I bet you, even if something happens on Fulham, if he's hired tomorrow, and something happens at Fulham like we lose, there'll be people blaming Graham Potter.
Absolutely. And you know, they will. The first thing they're going to say, Winter, is that because they couldn't accuse Tuchel of this, but the first thing they will say concerning Potter is that he's out of his depth. He never managed a lot of crap. That's the crap they're going to come with.
Yeah, can't handle big players, even though he's probably only have like a couple of training sessions.
Probably 24 hours or 40 hours.
Doesn't know everyone. He's got to get all his staff in as well. He's got, he's working off basically 1 day's preparation to go. And there'll be some people that go, some people will go in that game, man, I'm not seeing any improvement. Like, do you remember
Wolves? Remember the Wolves game?
Yeah, or they'll go, I'm gonna be absolutely this will happen. When he picks, like I told Flawless when Ten Hag started that this first lineup, when he picks Shaw and picks Maguire, they'll go mental. As soon as these guys see Jorginho in this
they're gonna be crazy.
Oh my God, will you see their heads explode? I thought it was gonna be different. No, you fools. You're just ignorant. Yeah, probably three at the back. Yeah, three at the back. It'll be three at the back. Oh, three at the back.
You're not playing attacking football.
Even Brighton play three at the back. It's ridiculous. So I'm gonna wait out. I'm gonna give him all the time that he needs because these guys have actually said they want someone who's in line. Not a yes man like some people are saying, but someone's in line with their vision, what they want to do. Stuff like that. I'm excited. It's a new thing. I was getting, like I said, I was bored by our football. It was just boring.
Anything could get better.
Just boring. And maybe I want to see what he can do. I want to see if he can actually get some of these attackers to actually shoot, let alone score.
That's an improvement. That's an improvement right there.
Yes, that would be an improvement. Even Aubameyang caught the non-shooting disease on Tuesday.
I was so confused yesterday because I was like, "Yo, there's opportunities where you can just shoot, like even if you don't score, just shoot them and like."
Yeah, it was on his right foot as well.
That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know.
There'll be some.
No, very well answered. Very well answered.
You know what it also is though, Diamond. Yeah, our fans are the same fan base. Yeah, when apparently Sarri was meant to be the first long-term project. When we lost here to Man City and Bournemouth, I think it was overall like 10-0. They were like, sorry out. So, listen, man, all it takes here is 2 big losses, and then they've turned against you. So
my worry for Potter is he's literally coming into the spell now where like you have so many games week in, week out, and he has to install his tactics into this team now, who already like kind of like lost in it.
But you know what he did, Jez? You know what he did? You know his buyout clause is 16 million. That also includes all his backroom stuff.
Yeah, so it makes it easier.
So they take the whole of them. He takes the whole of his staff over with him. You know, unlike some Sometimes he like take a few.
You only get like a couple, like 3.
Yeah, so literally you get all the Tuchel's people out, and you get these new people in. So it's not as if he's going in by himself or one other person. So we'll see. But I swear to God, I'm going to see something on when he's hired tomorrow. I'm going to see something on that first time for him. Like someone's going to post, man, how long is it going to take for Potter to put his ideas across? It's like, you fool.
Exactly.
It's like, it's been there for like 36 hours, you dickhead. Let him get his
cycle,
feet under the table.
The cycle always starts again, man.
Not move from Brighton, let alone got,
Yeah, facts, isn't it? Speaking of dickheads, Prime's in the building as well. Yes, Prime, what are you saying, fam? You good?
Look at Prime's Abby, man. I can't give a Prime's Abby, you know. The Lampard sacking at Chelsea.
Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Just enjoy that Conte ball, man.
Yes, Prime, what are you saying, my brother? You blessed.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Okay. Do you want me to can I just speak?
Yeah, man, you can speak, man. Yeah, the floor is yours, man. You know this is the place for that, man.
You talk, my brother.
All right, cool. All right, where do I begin? All right, cool. First of all, yeah. Whenever. Look, Andrew, you're lucky you're not the Chelsea fan I've got problems with, so you're.
Who you beefing right now?
Everyone, with all due respect, everyone shush. I got a lot to say.
He's got a lot to say. Now I understand. He's in mode, and this is the place for that.
First of all, whenever I say at the end of streams, Tuchel out, that was as a joke. Bowley, you're not meant to take that seriously.
He's following you.
Hey, Bowley, before we get to that, if you're watching, drop a super chat or something. You know what I'm saying? Membership, something like that. You you worth billions. I even asked you for a billion.
You want PayPal straight because they take the stuff of YouTube. You want PayPal.
Yeah. Just give me a nice like 100K and then we sweet. You know what I'm saying? And that, like that's all man's asking for. But go on, carry
on. That's World Cup sorted.
No, it's weird. I've been at work and stuff, and I haven't I haven't been online and stuff like that, seeing things. Yeah. Okay. And I get a message from someone saying Tuchel out, but they're a rival, so I assume that was a joke. Like Tuchel sacked, I assume that was a joke. And me looking through things, looking through group chats and whatever, and then I was like, okay, this is a bit odd to do, because I didn't know the context as to kind of why the reasoning, and looking at it a bit more, as like what Andrew was just saying, the areas are falling out, they don't align with the same vision, yada yada yada. Tuchel's not enthusiastic or whatever with the project and stuff like that. Fine. I don't agree with his sacking per se right now, but whatever. That's not something I'm not bothered to fight about. My thing is with Bowley, what's your plan now? Do you know what you're doing? Marina and Czech are gone, which I don't necessarily agree with, but they left on their own accord, so whatever. And a lot of our backroom staff that weren't good enough, like Bill Buck or whatever the fuck those old white guys are called, they're all gone too. So whatever, they're all, I don't know what their names are, but I don't care. They're all gone too. So and they weren't good enough either, so I'm not fussed. But you don't have a backroom staff, you don't have a director of football, and you've now just made a decision to sack, whether or not we were in the best of form right now, you now made a decision to sack a world-class manager that you've been thinking about sacking for a while now, from what reports and stuff that I'm reading. What is your plan going forward? You want to bring in Potter, who I disagree with. I don't think Potter's good enough, but fine, bring him in, cool. What happens next? Because we need a director of football. Potter can't do everything on his own. And apparently he's going to bring in his backroom staff, which is fine, I guess. But still, are you just going to rely on that? And then when you sack Potter in 18 months because we've lost, we've gone on a bad run, what are we going to do after that? What I'm saying, I don't think I'm being emotional, but maybe I'm being a bit
emotional.
No. Because I'm a bit of maybe you could say a pessimistic guy, right?
Yeah,
so maybe
you are very pessimistic.
I'm just being, hey, blame it on my depression, whatever, mental health. Maybe I'm being very down and stuff. So, but what is? I don't see what your I don't see what your plan is. If you're trying to build something for the future, which is great, like you don't have direction. You don't have footballing people in charge. Like what is the end goal? Potter. A lot of people are gassed about Potter. I'm not. So maybe you could say because I'm.
Why not?
I don't think what.
Yeah, go on, Prime. Let's hear about that. Go on, because that was going to be my next question anyway. So go on.
He's a good coach for his level and stuff, which is cool. But he's not proven at a top level, and I don't think he has the. I don't think he has the potential to get there. Maybe he does, from what other people say, but I don't think he has the potential to get there. At least nothing I've seen from him.
That's a fair assessment.
Shown that. However, again, I could be wrong. So, and I'm happy to be proven wrong because he's already here, or it looks like he's going to be here. So I'm happy to be proven wrong.
That's a fair assessment.
Track record starts at some point in time. I mean, Pep starts.
Yeah, I know.
You would always get somebody that's fully established.
I know.
I get what the thing is though with it. I get what Prime's saying because this is now we find out about Paul. How good is he? And you can make your assessment of what he's done. Now, actually, Prime, I get what you're saying. I'm literally like on the fence with it. Will he be successful? I don't know. I think Chelsea is the worst top 6 move for him.
And this is what I'm trying to get onto.
I think it's the worst. He should have went Spurs.
This is what I want to get onto. I think with Potter, he's going up, like he skipped numerous jumps up. Like you're saying, go to Spurs before you make the jump up to like a Chelsea and stuff, or a Man United, where you're expected to win. Even Man United, as bad as whatever people can say they've been the last decade or so, there's still an expectation that 2-3 years time you build and you've got to deliver at least a challenge. Not forget winning a title, at least a challenge for it.
Point taken. But you know what? What is strange in all of this is that he had rejected Spurs, you're correct. He had rejected Spurs.
Yeah, because of he wants a club ambition.
Right. So he has to have some kind of balls or belief in himself to take up the Chelsea challenge.
I give him full props for that.
No, guys, I'm trying to get to something here because I don't believe in Potter and stuff, and I don't want him. I was listening to what Andrew was saying, and people are going to be emotional on Potter. I won't, by the way. I don't want him here, but I'm not gonna do what I did to Frank because I knew that was just this shit that I was gonna say. But Potter, stop. But Potter, I'll give because I know this squad.
What do you mean stop?
That I can only count maybe on one hand players who are good enough. I know this squad to be at the highest level consistently is ass. The majority of these, and I don't like using this word, but the majority of these niggas have to go. And I know that's going to take time.
Yes.
I know that's going to take. I know that's going to take. Andrew, I'm allowed to say it. I might have, tax, but I'm allowed to say it. Anyway, it's going to take 2-3 whatever years to rebuild. I'm cool with that. As much as I don't think Potter is good enough for the end goal, in terms of building, I think he's probably one of the best around. So that's fine. My thing is, will he continuously be backed? Will the rug be pulled under? And again, it's yet to be determined with Bowley because we don't know. He's made a lot of promises. We don't know. But will he, one, continuously be backed? And two, the biggest problem I have is this fan base. We were supposed to build with the long term with Sarri and give him time. When we in the space of a week, we lost 6-0 to the Man City and 4-0 to Bournemouth, and Chelsea fans turned on him. And Chelsea fans yet want to give Sarri criticism for going to Juve when we had a transfer ban. Well, of course he's going to go because you guys said fuck Sarri. Lampard,
he's not a proper Chelsea.
Lampard, even though, again, I didn't want him. I always wanted him gone. But when we went through a rough patch in his second season, we lost 3-1 to Arsenal, and all of a sudden, all Chelsea fans turned. It went from before the game played. No, it's not even a joke. I remember the game. I was in a preview like a couple of days before, and Chelsea fans were still getting on to me. We're going to beat Arsenal, yada yada yada. 90 minutes after that game, every fan there's a review on Lewis's stream that's like 4 hours long. Every Chelsea fan turned. What? You're not going to give him time to build? I'm happy Lampard got sacked, but like if you're true to your word, let Lampard see out the rest of the season. Because my thing was Lampard, like it's turning rocky now, but at least let him see out the rest of the season because I still think he's good enough to get us top 4. Then we can assess what's going to happen. Because I didn't think Tuchel would come in mid-season. Now with Tuchel, we're going through a rough patch. Chelsea fans were already on the precipice of Tuchel out, and the only reason why some of them had to shut up and not actually say the word. Rory's a dickhead, but I'll say this: I respect the fact he's actually said Tuchel out. No, Chelsea fans who are actually Tuchel have not said it. There's a lot that QNTV guy. He has been Tuchel out since I've been talking to him during the summer and even before that. But he's never uttered the words. I've been on stream with him and said, "Bro, if you're saying all this about Tuchel and he's bad and he's never going to be good enough, why aren't you Tuchel out?" He's never uttered the words, and I don't have for me. If be a man of your or a woman, whatever, be a person of your principles. Stand up and say things with your
Be a person of your principles. That's fire. That be a person of your principles, man.
I hate when people will
preaching, man.
It's called integrity.
I hate when people. And sorry, I'm trying to land, but I'm still flying. Sorry. I hate when people
you know what I'm saying?
Would not stand up to what they. If you haven't like for me, I've got a lot of opinions. A lot of them are probably wrong or whatever, which is what it is. But the thing is, at least I stand by what I say. We can laugh at people like Gal or Ryan or whatever, but they stand by the opinions they have, and I have to respect that. But people this is why I hate Chelsea fans. You've all been on Tuchel's back. You only supported him because we won a Champions League. That little period when we won the Champions League during the summer was the most peaceful I've seen the Chelsea fan base since, I guess, probably we won the title with Mourinho. The most peaceful I've seen the Chelsea fan base. Then all of a sudden, like during the summer, you guys saying all we need is a goal scorer when the majority of the squad wasn't good enough. We're bringing Lukaku, who you all did. The majority of you didn't even want him anyways. But yet you still put the expectation on we have to win the league. Lukaku's a dick for doing the interview. But what he said was true. He wasn't being played to his strengths. You guys scapegoated him anyways. You scapegoated Werner anyway. When the way we play, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to put the creativity on Tuchel, but he has to take some blame. How we cannot create chances consistently. You want to put all the hope on Kai Havertz when he's not good enough. He's not good enough. You want to put all the hope on Mount because he's from our academy. If we spent 40 mil on Mason Mount, he would have been shipped out within 2 seasons. Guys is so bad, he's not good enough. You put all the blame in the midfield on Jorginho when realistically, Jorginho's probably our best midfielder based on the fact of he's available all of the time. Like it can't be the fact of Jorginho, and Jorginho probably is burnt out this calendar year. But who else do we have? Kante and Kovacic cannot save their lives because they're always injured. We've got Ruben, who's not good enough. Gallagher now, Tuchel, for some reason, rates, and he's in our squad. He's not good enough either. Our centre back, Our centre back our defense is being built around a geriatric in Thiago. Thiago Silva is still the best centre back in the world, but he's an old man. He's retiring from the end of the season. And this is something I said under Lampard as well. Bringing him in is brilliant because I wanted an elder statesman to help nurture the likes of Christensen and Tomori. But this guy is going to retire. What happens after that? Koulibaly, I rate, and he did well in Serie A and stuff. I still think Koulibaly is a top centre back. But obviously, he's going to have to adapt to this league. Fofana, I think he's quality and he's young, but he still needs to be guided. And the price tag that's on his head. I'm one of the few people who don't look at price. I look at your ability. But the day and age we live in now with football fans, you make one mistake, everyone's going to be on your neck. And fair enough, this is the day and age we live in. So I don't know if he's going to be able to kind of cope with that. Reece James is injury. Well, I'm not even going to say injury prone, but he has no backup to him.
True.
Like we've got 2 goalkeepers that we can't trust. I don't think Kepa was necessarily that bad yesterday, but we still conceded based on not even just him, but our defense just being kind of shambolic. And that's one thing about Tuchel where my problem lied with him kind of near the end was I know that the attack is ass or whatever. I don't like if we're not scoring or whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. It's been like that for years. But I'm one of the few people who pride on having a great defense. And if I'm watching games where we're defending brilliantly, we're not conceding chances, and we draw 0-0 or we nick it 1-0, I'm someone who won't complain. I don't care. We have a good defense, but our defense has been all over the place since what? After AFCON, maybe. We've only had a few performances where Chelsea fans have praised. When we drew 2-2 with Liverpool, our defense was still shaky, but Chelsea fans praised we scored 2 goals. Real Madrid second leg, Chelsea fans praised that performance, but that was abysmal from a defensive point of view. We should have gone through, and we didn't because of how poor our defense was. And yeah, I don't know. It's like, and Potter's in, and I'll back Potter. I don't rate Potter, but I'll back him because I know bigger problems is in the squad that need to go. This player power has been a thing since we've had the likes of Lampard and Drogba and Terry. Since Jose got sacked the first time, because Roman was reactionary or whatever and let him go, and these players were crying, begging Roman to bring him back. These guys have sabotaged every top manager we've had. When Jose came back the second time and he wasn't back in his third season, and yes, probably people can say Jose had fell off or was washed or whatever. That's hindsight. But at that time, Jose wasn't backed. Yes, Jose threw a hissy fit. These players threw him under the bus. Hazard, Costa. This presses Matic, Chelsea fans want to do revisionism on. I think he was amazing every game. These guys, Ahmed, 1 second. These guys down tools and threw Jose under the bus. And this is when I said I'm not going to really have any affinity towards like players or necessarily even managers. If you can throw Jose under the bus, then I can say Lampard out because I know he's not good enough. Like, Chelsea fans shouldn't cry about this legendary status certain players have. When Conte, and again, I agree with Peter. Conte is a fraud, yada yada yada. When Conte wasn't back in the second season and he threw a hissy fit, these players then threw him under the bus as well. When Chelsea fans said fuck Sarri ball, these players tried to throw him under the bus. The fiasco with Kepa in the cup final and the fact that no one came out and tried to sort it out on the pitch, abysmal. Lampard as well. I remember after I think it was kind of maybe in the new year. I think if a week or two before he was sacked, there was news coming out about player power in the dressing room. And I went on the terrace and said, I may want Lampard out, but the fact these players are not playing for Lampard is a disgrace. If they're going to do it for him, they did it to Conte, they did it to Sarri, they did it to Mourinho, they will do it to anyone. They've now not performed for a Champions League winning manager. Tuchel is still one of the best managers in the world.
He's still a quality manager. I agree with that. He's still one of the best.
For example, Man United, you guys have Ten Hag. Would you swap Ten Hag for Tuchel if you could?
Because I'm living in the moment, no, but I get your overall point.
Yeah, exactly.
I get your overall point.
Yeah,
makes sense. I'm just on my
like,
passion merchant thing in it. But yeah,
I know. But like my point being, he's one of the best managers in the world. Like this guy will probably come the end of the season get the Real Madrid job if he waits enough. Or AC Milan now have money. He could probably go manage them. Or in a couple of years,
or Bayern Munich or something.
Or Bayern Munich, they'll probably sack Nagelsmann. Or in a couple of years' time, he'll go and replace Pep. This guy could replace Pep and win a quad. Like I don't like. I've got for me, it's bigger problems than just Tuchel shouldn't have been sacked and even though Tuchel had some faults of his own, like I'm not emotional or delusional to think that he's perfect, but to think that everything was wrong with him, like people saying that, Tuchel getting top 4 is, that anyone could, like Eddie Howe can do it with this squad, or Brendan Rodgers is better than him and stuff like that. And like I question. My dad had a saying growing up: "Common sense is not common. Common sense is not common.
It's not."
And when my dad used to say it, and I was very young, I was like, all right, what does that necessarily mean? But he just always used to say it. And now it rings true every single day. And it's like, Chelsea fans would throw Potter under the bus. We've got no reason to have allegiances towards him. And he's not, again, I probably could be proven wrong, but I don't think he's going to pull off a miracle like win us the Champions League this season. Buy him more time. because that's part of what bought Tuchel more time. But what kind of screwed it is last season he wasn't backed. We were linked with Achraf Hakimi, Arlan Tchouameni, Jules Koundé to come in and improve this squad. If we had done that last season, I don't think all this bad stuff happens. We were linked with Haaland and like the stupid way we spend money is a lack of a director of football to be in charge of things. We spent 100 million on Lukaku because we needed a goal scorer, quote unquote. We spent 80 mil combined on Drinkwater and Bakayoko in the past. In Conte's going in his second summer because we needed central midfielders. We spent when we were trying to in Conte's second summer when we were trying to get Lukaku that he wanted, we messed around. He went to United and we spent 50 or something on Morata because we needed a striker. 3-4 summers ago when we needed a goalkeeper because Courtois fucked us over. We messed around on Alisson. He went to Man United, or he went to Liverpool, sorry, and we spent like 72 on Kepa because we needed a goalkeeper. 3 summers ago, when we had COVID and every other club was fucked over financially, but we had money because we had sold Hazard for 100 mil and we had sold Morata for like 50 or something. We spent 75 mil on Havertz because he was generational and quality, but we had no idea how to use him because he had no use in whatever Lampard was trying to build. We spent 50 mil on Werner, who I actually liked because I watched him in the Bundesliga. We spent 50 mil on Werner because of his stats saying he's an elite goal scorer without actually watching this guy. We bought Ziyech because he played against us in the Champions League group stages. No one watched him. He played against us in the Champions League group stages, and he scored like a free kick goal against Kepa. It looked like a wonder goal, and people got gassed, and we bought him.
Did he not play one banging pass as well? There was another banging pass.
No, he played a banging pass, and it led to nothing.
It wasn't
led to nothing, but there was a pass, or was it a touch? Never mind.
Okay, Bruno does that all the time. It doesn't mean anything. Bruno does it all the time. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like it's so frustrating because. And the thing is, Royal fans will look at Chelsea and be like, you spent all this money. Why aren't you competing? Why aren't you up there with Liverpool? Do you not know? People don't understand the way our club is ran. We are so bad. When Tuchel came in, I said this in because Tuchel came in like January. I said this in like March, April time. I said that I said we'd win the Champions League, but I wasn't like that was just me going off gas and emotion and stuff. But I said. Like we'll probably get top 4, or maybe the cup final, yada yada yada. But come next season, which was last season, that these guys would throw him under the bus and get him sacked. And I said this on the terrace, and the response I got from people was, "Well, of course he'll get sacked if he doesn't win anything, yada yada yada." As if what I was saying wasn't valid. Now people are starting to realize that these players are just going to throw him under the bus. The same Mount, Havertz, etc., will throw. What's his name? We'll throw Potter under the bus. He'll throw him under the bus come the end of next season because Potter will unless he pulls off some sort of like big like miracle, like wins the Champions League, FA Cup, yada yada yada, or kind of fugaces us into a title race. But even then, if he takes us into the title race and then we massively drop off the next season, he will still get the blame and get sacked because of these players that just aren't good enough anyway. So what do we do? Like, I don't want Potter, but the thing is, like, even me, I'm thinking, what do we do? Because we can get Enrique, who I'd probably like, but he's not going to do anything with the squad. We could get Pep right now. He's not doing anything. Like, and I've talked to these Tuchel out guys. Like, what do we? People say they want Conte. Conte's not doing fuck all with this squad.
Hey, let's swap managers.
Conte would probably get us. Fuck yourself. Conte would probably get us top 4, and he's not doing anything. People and these Tuchel out guys talk about Tuchel. They say, I don't care Tuchel won the Champions League. But what do you care about? Because no other manager would have came in when Tuchel did and won us that Champions League.
I agree with that. That's a very tough thing. That's a quality thing he did.
Not Pep that everyone says is the best manager of all time. Not Klopp, who is tactically at times naive. Zidane, everyone praises. I don't think would have done it. No one like Tuchel pulled off a literal miracle. Water into wine. Jesus walking on water. Actual miracle. He won the Champions League with Mount. You know how much of a miracle that is. That's not funny. Do you know how much of a miracle that is?
It is funny. Yeah.
Jesus Christ walked on water, and that's not the biggest miracle that's happened in the last 2,000 or whatever years.
That's a miracle winning the Champions League.
People think winning the Champions League with Mount equates to us being in a title. People think having a midfield of Ruben, having Lukaku up top, having Mount as our elite creator. People think we should be in a title race. One of the best squads we've seen in Premier League history. One of the best managers of all time, Pep Guardiola. People think we should be in it. People think we should be winning the league against them. People think because we're Chelsea, we have a divine right. We don't have a right to do anything. If Arsenal have not won a league in 20 years, Man United have not won a league in 10 years. They're bigger clubs than us. If we're just being honest, they haven't challenged for anything. No one has a divine right. Because your name is Man United, because your name is Chelsea. AC Milan just won their first league title last season in how many years?
11 years. Yeah.
AC Milan. Barcelona have been looking poor right now. No one has a divine right to do anything because we're Chelsea fans and people like to say we're spoiled. We probably are because what? You think we should be challenging based on what? We think Ruben's good enough. Gallagher's, even Jorginho I like. What? He's not good enough. Majority of these people in the squad aren't good enough. And you know what's going to happen? The likes of Reece James will either be dragged down to the level of these guys or he'll get sold. Or not sold, but he'll
Madrid.
Look, I don't mind. Go. If you're not, I don't want him playing with these bums. I'd be telling him, go.
When I said this earlier, wait, one sec. When I said this earlier on Lewis's stream about Reece
Flawless, no one asked you. Flawless, mind your business, no one asked you. Let me land. Flawless, let me land.
No, I can't let Prime before you go, yeah.
Yo, I don't like the way I've been spoken to you, though.
No, flawless, no one asked you. Let me,
Were you wait in the corner until you're called upon?
Thank you. Jez, what are you saying? Because I'm on a roll. What are you saying?
No, you can continue about because I'm a leaf in it because like obviously my letter was time, but I need to play something before you continue your rant. But I've been enjoying the rant to be honest, but I need to play something before I leave.
We are back for the second half and Napoli home. My God, Napoli the attack and play the cross and almost and oh my God, Napoli make it 4.
No, but you know what? I even have something to add to that.
Napoli have made it 4-0. I didn't even say like. I didn't say subscribe. I didn't even enjoy the second. It's 4-0 to Napoli. It's 4-0 to Napoli.
Okay, guys. Obviously, I'm going.
Yo, Jez. Love every time, yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy listening to this rant.
Pastor Prime preaching and that. He's preaching.
No, but the thing is, I know I'm going off.
It's cool, man. That's what we're here for. And even though you was rude to me, I let it go. But go on, carry on.
Hey, whatever. And I know, as I said, Georgina, that's what I want. But the thing is, you're doing this based off agenda. Like, who cares? Like, our whole squad is not good enough, and you think just Jorginho is gonna make a difference. People actually think just bringing in a deep, like we could, name me one of the best DMs of all time. We could have Makaleli. He's not doing anything. Busquets is not. Casemiro's not doing anything. No one's doing anything. And this squad's just not. It's not like.
It's not good enough.
That's irrelevant with that thing. Oh, by the way, this whole the way Liverpool are falling off and looking bad, and even though Man City have Haaland, they've still dropped points. Like, and this is what kind of frustrates me. And I'm with Ahmed when we say Lampard like kind of ruined things, because in the time we've had Lampard, like if we even kept Sarri, who I think is low key a top manager, if we'd kept Sarri and built and backed him at this point right now, this is when we should be going and winning the league this season. If we had built properly, or even with Tuchel last summer, if we had brought in his targets and bring in targets this summer, this season is when we go for the title. Liverpool look weak. And Man City, even though they have Haaland, they can still be susceptible. This is when we should be going toe-to-toe and winning the league. If we build properly. Same with Man United. If they had sacked Oli much earlier and built properly, this is when they should be going for the league. Like I don't like. I love my club.
This guy changing his name, man.
I what?
Whatever. Changing his name, Go on,
I love my club so much, but I love my club so much, and I'm never gonna support another club or anything. So this is not what I'm trying to lead to. But
hold that, Jez. He ain't gonna
I don't know. But I don't. This is not me crying about Tuchel. It's more. This is more about my club. Like what are we? I said this when we had Lampard. I don't want to turn into Arsenal. But for the past 8 years, we are essentially Arsenal with 2 league titles in the Champions League. We'll look good for a little bit because we have good players, or maybe certain teams drop off. When we won the league with Conte, it was because City were in their first season with Pep and Klopp was still a bum. And we won the league, and then we drop off because we don't invest. We win the Champions League 2.5 seasons ago because we sack the manager and bring in Tuchel. And then last season we don't invest properly, and we fall off. This season we fall off even more because we didn't renew contracts to Christensen and Rudiger, players who you can say for the grand scheme of things, their individual ability, they're not great, fine, but in the system it worked. And now we have to bring in Koulibaly, who I rate, but he's looking like a stripper in the Premier League. Fofana, who I know he's only played about 2 games, but he also looks like a stripper as well.
Yeah,
but also it doesn't help the fact that we don't have the midfield. I'd rather have Chelsea fans have got onto you for saying that I'd rather have McTominay in our squad because we can't trust Kante and Kovacic to stay fit.
Hey, this got McTominay different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at least no, but flawless. Mind your own business, please. At least McTominay, sorry, but so I'm sorry. I know I'm being rude. I apologize. I'm just on the roll.
It's cool.
At least McTominay would play games. And now there's coming out that Tuchel, some of the players we bought, Tuchel didn't want Anthony Gordon. We got Aubameyang, who's ancient right now, and I don't even know if he can score goals. We bought in Sterling, which is fine, but then we didn't follow that up immediately with more forwards. So now it's just Sterling trying to do things with Flawless. I said this to you last stream. Mount is playing a through ball for Sterling to try to score. How does that make sense? Do you understand why Chelsea fans, me being one of them, said we should bring in Ronaldo because he scores goals? But even then, that sounds stupid. How is Ronaldo scoring a goal? Where's Ronaldo getting served? Are we going to do crossing inshallah again all season? Just for Reece James to get injured, or Cucurella to get injured, or Chilwell? And then we have to play Ruben at wing back and Pulisic at wing back to do what? I'm very much. This is why I took a break. I kind of took a break from the whole content creation thing back in January. I was just so tired. I'd finish work, I'd go into a pub and just start watching championship games. I'm just zoned out, and I'm not even. Well, yeah, I kind of am crying about my club, but it's like I don't know. I'm not doing up Assad. All due respect, well, fuck yourself. I'm not doing up like this isn't like. That's not like no, but say I'm right. Klopp was a bum, and that's why we won the.
No, this is
that's
brilliant.
really why that is kind of why we won the league under Conte. Because if Pep, and the thing is like, and this is also part of why like the narrative, the English media. I know I'm going on a lot of tangents. I'm sorry. The narrative the English media go on because and it's very much annoying. When Pep's first season in December, in the space of a week, he lost 4-0 to Everton, and I think he got battered by Spurs. The English media ran with this narrative of you can't come in and play tick-attack in the Prem. Pep is not good enough. And the next season, he smoked the league by like 100 points or whatever it was. We have Sarri. The same narrative runs in November, even though we were the only unbeaten team in Europe. Chelsea fans turned again. That's why Pep doesn't want to come here. It's not the fact that Pep won't get back. It's because our fans, for the most part, are, I'm not going to say that word, but they're dickheads. Like, they don't, like, I don't know what we're doing.
It's not dickheads, bro. It's just they're spoiled twats.
That's a worse word. There's a harsher word I wanted to use.
Hey, if you want to rock with it, it's
this is YouTube. Nah, I'm not messing up your money. This is YouTube. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't have my camera on. Like I literally look confused right now because I don't know. Like I don't. And the thing is, Potter might be a good coach, but like, what does that mean with Chelsea? If we're not being run properly, what does it really mean that we have Potter? Really, what does that actually mean? Man United had Ragnick for a few months. But those players, hold on. Man United had Ragnick for a few months, but these bums didn't play for him, and they made Ragnick look like the fool. And he left. He left and managed Austria. He didn't want to stay. What?
And the difference was Prime. The difference was under Ragnick, these guys, the players had more power than Ragnick did. Once Ragnick started speaking,
they have that at Chelsea. They have that at Chelsea.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you here, the difference is if this is Bowley's signing, if this is his signing, his manager for the long-term vision, he has to now take the position of the manager now. These players, these bums cannot be taken.
I don't know. Hey, Ahmed, I would have thought so too. Like with Lampard, when we weren't like when I know what you mean, hold on. When Jose came back, there was talk about building flawless. Stop laughing. When Jose came back, there was when Jose came back, there was talk about how we're building for the long term with Mourinho. It's gonna happen, and you guys know how much I love Jose. Hold on.
The comments be killing me, yo. You are hilarious.
Hold on. You guys again, and you guys do know how much I love Jose. So I was gassed. I was happy, and but like that didn't happen, and he got sacked. And then we brought in Conte, and I was like, yo, this Conte guy, we can do it. We won the league in his first season after being bummy for a month and a half. When does that ever happen in the history of the Premier League? You're asked for a month, 2 months, and you go and win the Prem in that same season. When has that ever happened? And we didn't like. All
right, breathe.
I still got more to say.
Let it keep going, yo. This is epic. This has been like nearly 25 minutes. Keep going, fam.
Have I been talking for 20 minutes? Oh my god!
Yes,
don't even. The thing is, like I was on Big Six Pants and I was like, because I've done like 3-4 streams today, and so I went on Big Six Pants and I thought they were gonna come at me.
Breaking news.
I sat on that. What?
Can I say some news, please? You might want to actually hear this, bro. Okay.
What is the breaking news going? Hit us.
No, it's about Chelsea, innit? So we have this little podcast that Matalo goes on to, It's called London Interview Podcast, isn't it? It's a US podcast, but he usually gives them all the information. Apparently, when they took over, they were already looking at replacements for Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah,
so
of course.
This shit, the first week, bro, and they already.
You know what? Maybe. So you know what? Hold on.
Has been already been.
You know what?
This way, bro.
You know what?
Way, bro.
And you know what, with Bowley, like, I'm willing to give you time, big man. I'm willing to give you time, but you might be like, and I didn't want to do this thing of American, are bads and stuff. I wanted to be like, nah, he's not like Woodward. He's not a Glazer. He's not a, but like, big man. I tweeted this out. I think I quote tweeted something, and I tweeted, Bowley, it's down to you. Either cook or be cooked. And I'm giving you 3 years to change things, really. But like, I don't know. And it's like, I don't want to end up being like Arsenal, man. This club is going to end up being like Arsenal, like a top 6. What?
Quickly, when we lost Emanalo, bro, shit started to fall apart.
Yes.
To be honest, well and truly, when Emanalo left there, things really went to shit then. Yeah, we lost the structure of the club. Yeah, under Mourinho, Mourinho was basically brought in, if you're being honest, to rebuild the spine that he had recreated back in 03-04.
Yeah,
right? Which was
Roman, and I love Roman, but like
he didn't do it, man.
Ever since Emanalo left, and yet there are Chelsea fans who say Emanalo like he wasn't good and stuff. What?
Emanalo is the same guy that now Man City can thank for Kevin De Bruyne, bro. All right, people are not going to like me saying that. Yeah, Emanalo was the one that brought Kevin De Bruyne to the club. That was one of his
and it's like and Chelsea fans were willing to back Lampard and say I'll get relegated for him. Are you
That's
tapped?
what, but that's what I've said to you before, Prime. 2017, yeah, 2017-28 season, or 2018-29, whatever the first season Lampard was, yeah, was the darkest season that we've ever had, yeah, because a lot of our biggest problems came to us. I've always said this, innit? Yeah, the current
but Ahmed, the thing is though, we've had problems way before that.
No, we had problems.
It just wasn't.
I'm saying to you, the problems really came to roost then, though. They came home to roost.
No,
then.
we're dead. No, this might sound wild. Maybe this is kind of the death of Chelsea, as you kind of know it.
No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Okay, that's wild. No, that's too far. Okay, that's too far. Okay, I know that's no. I know that's too far. My point being, like, my point being, like, I don't know, like.
Okay, no.
Maybe I'm speaking too much, but like, should I stop?
Death of Chelsea. That is A1.
Stop.
Wait.
Stop.
Wait, yo.
I know that was too far. I know that was too far. Let me stop.
The death of Chelsea.
No, let me stop. I was offside. I was offside.
You're way offside, man.
I was offside. Yeah, no, I was offside. Yeah.
Good.
I was like an inch. I was an inch offside in VAR. So I was an inch offside. Nah, man. My toenail, bro. My toenail was offside. It's okay.
Good Lord.
My toenail was offside. It's fine. Flawless. We went to the Santiago Bernabeu with Ruben Loftus-Cheek at right wing back, and Tuchel coached a masterclass. And we still. Do you know how annoying that is?
Yeah,
Benzema dropped the hat trick. Benzema dropped the hat trick. Okay. Benzema dropped the hat trick first leg.
Yeah.
He coached a masterclass, and he coached a masterclass in 2 finals against Liverpool.
Yeah.
With the likes of Alonso at left wing back and stuff, and yet we still messed it up because we can't score a penalty in a shootout. You know how frustrating that is.
All right.
I'm done. Whatever. I'm done.
As we know it.
Do you know what? I need to do this. This is an intervention right here, right? Because
please do.
This is all I've heard for the past 25 minutes is the doom and gloom scenario.
42 minutes.
Scenarios,
Sorry. Hey, I said someone's
Chelsea.
Nah, don't apologize, Prime. It's cool. Don't apologize. Go on, sir, for carry on. But you don't need to apologize.
I just want to say, why is it we are not open-minded and so that things may actually go in a positive manner?
Because that's not how I am as a person. That's not how
I know that, Prime, and that's a you problem, not me. But
I know.
No. But
hey, I've got mental health problems. Blame that.
I apologize.
I have a neutral stance in it.
I think what this is that I've said this before. I think Chelsea fans are under the impression that we wouldn't have a scenario like this, like we had on the Roman Abramovich, with the manager going as quickly as possible. But we've also got to take into every single context and every single thing about this. These guys are successful at what they do. Okay, they have bought the club for 4.25 billion. Tuchel is not their man. He's someone from the old regime. Okay, I think reports coming out tonight, believe them or not, that the new DOF will be announced shortly, and they had some part in wanting to hire Potter or mention his name or something like that. Is something good to look at, because that they will be working with Potter. Hopefully Potter is just going to, I don't know what he's going to have involvement in transfers or something like that, or maybe like PSG where Campos just buys the players and the manager coaches them. But we have to be open-minded to accept change. That's the problem with this fan base. They call out, not signaling promo, they call out for change, and as soon as someone changes, like fucking front door or somewhere, or just a painting or somewhere, oh no, I don't want this happening. I don't want to change. It's too much.
Andrew, I agree. I'm not mad about Tuchel.
Let him land.
Sorry, my bad.
You can respond, innit?
I'm just saying, you can't cry out for something, and then when it does, you go against it. It just shows that you're not ready to change. You're not mature enough. That's the whole point. People want Tuchel out, and they think that Potter's going to come in and change a lot of things. He's still going to play probably 3 at the back to start off with. He's still going to play Jorginho probably in midfield. And he's still probably going to play Mason Mount as well. So what is it you actually want? You actually just want it to you want it to be like FIFA where you're in control, essentially, and you're in the career mode. That's what you want. You don't want actual change, or you're willing to change. I mean, what is it that people really want in this Chelsea fan base? Because they only want to back the players they like. If a manager chooses or wants to go with another player, somehow it's the manager's problem and not theirs. It's honestly, it's just, I hate social media and football. The worst thing to happen to football is social media, in my opinion, in terms of Twitter, right? Because you just get online football manager douchebags who've got no qualifications, anything, and couldn't manage a bank account. And they couldn't manage a bank account, let alone a fucking football club, who think they know better than actually football people. But, you know, honestly, I'll tell you right now, it's going to happen on Saturday. It's going to happen an hour after Potter gets hired. I'm going to see this comment. You better. Oh, I'm on Potter right now. He's going to have to change things right away. If I don't see something in the first 5 games, oh man, we're gonna finish 9th. We're gonna finish 10th. It's like, fuck you, man. You know, I don't need energy like you. You know what I mean? I just want to be open-minded, and I'm willing to change. But I don't think a portion of this fan base had the brain cell or capacity to actually take that in. They want to just go back to when it was like Jose Mourinho. Football's evolved, man. You've got to evolve with the times yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Look at Manchester United. Took ages to find what might be the formula, take them back to the promised land in terms of management. You know what I mean? We've got to give these guys a chance. They're willing to pump a lot of money, and they're talking about spending another 100 million in January. For Christ's sake, they've already spent nearly 300 this time. So let's give them a chance. These guys want to spend money. They're not here to have us languishing in 7th or 8th or something like that. They don't want to do that. They spent more in this summer than they spent as nearly as much as Arteta spent in his time. You know what I mean? It's just, I just wish people would just be open-minded about it and give equal chance to both negative and positive. There's going to be negatives and there's going to be positives. Just can't go all the way on one side. It's annoying.
Go on, Prime. I know you got more to say. Go on.
I hope none, again, I agree with you, Andrew. And I'm not obviously I'm good with change and stuff. And a lot of everything I was saying was nothing about me keeping Tuchel and stuff. Like I said, we sack him, whatever, cool. But I just kind of want to know what the plan is going forward. And maybe I'll be less I'm not even on Bowley's neck, but maybe I'll be less, I guess, ranty or whatever. I'm not going to do another rant again. So this is your one and only chance, people. But once I know what the backroom staff is and I can kind of get an idea of what potentially the plan is, then I'll be more cool with it. But again, I already know what the problems are.
But the backroom staff, that's what I said earlier. His backroom is so high, 16 million. It includes his backroom staff. So it includes all of them coming over. The DOF is then the next one. That is the biggest thing because they're going to be working with whoever the next manager is. That's so important because they need to know what profile of player to get.
Welcome to the show. Eddie's in the building as well.
You know, so
if this ain't the saddest shit I done heard for 2 hours, bro, listen, I ain't here to stay long. You dig? I'm here to tell y'all, wrap that shit up. Wrap that shit up. I'm really out here. I'm really out here in these streets. I'm on my phone right now. Listen. You did to yourselves. Hold that. Put a lighter in the air for Tommy T. This shit is a Reva Dirty.
If I'm really hearing this from a Man United fan who've had to suffer for you with your Man United, Ollie in, Ollie out. You come in with the balls you have to have a go at us for only one day.
What was my tone? What was my tone when it happened? What was my tone when it happened?
I can't remember. I barely listened.
Yeah, but celebrated. We moved.
No. We took all the calls from Chelsea fans when we was going through the holy shit. Hold that now. What the fuck? Hold that.
Eddie, none of what I've said is directed towards me being sad about Tuchel. Did you listen to anything I said?
So, wait a minute. Are you the only Chelsea person on this stream?
I'm not being sad about Tuchel. I'm just.
I'm asking here. Are you the only? Surfer
didn't cry
person on the stream.
Unless Ahmed cried about Tuchel.
No,
Ahmed,
he
did you cry?
He did.
No, I didn't, man.
Your name was I Miss Tuchel, Ahmed. I was there. I seed it. I seed it. You talk about
no. You know, but no, Ahmed's not a Chelsea fan. He doesn't count. Me and Surfer didn't cry.
Wow.
But yeah, man. In the words of a very famous Dave Chappelle skit, wrap that shit up, man. Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap it up. You gotta wrap that shit up.
It's great content, Eddie. You know it is like rants is great over here. You get what I'm saying? When people get shit off their chest and they just go on long rants. Brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
This isn't a rant.
Brilliant.
Lampard.
Hold up. No, y'all know I got nothing flawless. They told me Todd B was different. That's why I got no fucking. Nah, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. All right, man. Y'all keep cooking. Y'all keep cooking, man. But yeah, wrap that shit up. I don't know. Talk about the sky or something. If I hear y'all talk about it one more time, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
No, you know what?
Bandada, stay strong, my brother. Thank you for being in here and giving these dudes a fake shoulder to cry on. You feel me? Yeah, but we out here, man. We out here, man. All right, love you.
Eddie, you right. Eddie, you right though. I might start charging a psychiatrist fee.
Yeah, man. Charge this dude, man. Charge this dude Prime. Prime was out here screaming to the high heavens, man. Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Eddie, I totally swear that Flawless joined the priesthood because the other night was Jez, then Cams. No, this boy come on here for 45 minutes and just confessing his heart.
No way I spoke for 45 minutes.
He was like,
Flawless Jakes.
Listen, that section was way too long, brother. This is not a funeral. It's a flipping stream we're talking about.
I've done streams by myself. I've never spoken for 10 minutes.
No,
I've never spoken for 10 minutes.
The point is you bleed.
Prime, there's no problem with it. Trust me.
Man, bleeding on the stream.
It's cool, man.
No.
El Jefe don't got a problem with it, so you good. Me, on the other hand, I ain't trying to hear not a goddamn syllable.
Eddie,
I said, nope. I'm gonna let you go back because you said I know you heard. You said fucking McTominay. You deal with McTominay, and you admitted to this shit.
Bro, I've got Ruben and Gallagher in my midfield. I'm starving. I don't have anything.
You ain't starving. You deluded,
bro. I am, bro. I'm home, bro. We're homeless on the street right now. Beggars cannot be choosers.
You ain't homeless, man. You ain't homeless.
We are. You ain't homeless. Ruben and Gallagher, bro. Ruben and Gallagher, we're homeless, bro.
I say it again, like I said it to Jez. Emotion is the absence of logic. I can give Surfer some credit. You wanna know why? Surfer said, "I'm gonna be open-minded about this shit."
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I got people talking about it like it's a eulogy.
I said it could be the
again. I didn't say it's a eulogy. I'm just negative anyway. I'm just kind of negative about things anyway. I just spoke about.
You're pessimistic. You have said this.
Yeah, but again, the thing is, I know what I'm not stupid. I do know what the problems are. I'm not gonna get on Potter's back.
Yeah, I got it.
I know what it is. I got some players in the squad.
And you lot keep it clean in the chat as well. No personals.
Yeah, man. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy.
Keep it clean in the chat. Man. No personals. We can do all that shit on the panelists between each other, but you lot keep it clean in the chat. No personals. Jokes, but no personals in it. That's not running. Yeah, don't worry about who. I'm just pointing it out there.
All right, brothers. All right, y'all stay up. And y'all, I don't know, get a hobby or something. Prime, goddamn.
Bro, I've got a hobby. I've got y'all.
Let me come in here. I want to think that I will say. One thing
before you go, Ahmed, you can go one sec. But before you do, there's over 70 of you lot locked in. Get them likes up. That's what you need to do. Get that likes up and subscribe. Where else are you getting content like this? That is serious, but then funny at the same time. Where people drop in, people drop out. Different teams as well. You know what I'm saying? We got all different people here in terms of supporting different teams from all different places as well. So where else you getting this content? Look at the time if you're in the UK or wherever you are in the world. So big up. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the like button and subscribe. That's all we're saying. Road to 5K, man. We're trying to blow this up as big as possible, as quickly as possible. But yeah, go on, Ahmed. The floor is yours, man.
One thing that I found interesting is, the new owners have not had an interview at all yet with the mainstream media now. They're not to the fans that we've never had like any of them ever speak to us, you know, and I've always, you know, somewhat found that interesting because I would have thought, you know, you've taken ownership of the club, you've done all of this transfer stuff, you've done a lot of stuff, right? But you still haven't spoken to us at all yet. And again, yeah, you don't have to speak to us, right? But it would be at least, you know, somewhat nice to know what your vision is, right? It's great that we can hear it. It's great that we're hearing this from like the Telegraph or the Sun, yeah, where you could be brown enveloped here, unironically to say the least, yeah. But it's better to hear it from you, from your face. Like we've not had anything from them, you know. They've not had any interaction, like whether it be like a little interview on Chelsea TV or anything. So I've always found that to be a bit interesting.
Well, no, fair enough. I get what you're saying in that because they haven't said anything. So yous are just in the unknown. So it's kind of like, yeah, you could look at it from you can try to look at it. Well, you should look at it with an open mind, but it's because you don't know where you stand. If they came out and did an interview and said, look, this is the plan. This is what we're looking to do short term. Yeah. This is what we're looking for short term. This is the long term objectives, etc., etc. This is how we're looking at managers. Then it makes sense. I hear you.
And like one of my boys, yeah, he's sending me the London, the quotes with the Matt Laws and the London Blue Post, which came out tonight. Yeah. And apparently, like, yeah, they were just trying to. They already brought in the data analyst, so I don't know. There's like this guy that was on board of them called Danny Finkelstein. He's like an ex-conservative peer. He's like a conservative peer, you know, all of that stuff. But he's good with data basically, innit? So he's like a specialist data analyst. And apparently, one of the reasons why they wanted to bring in Ronaldo was apparently due to data. So, and they were trying to speak with Tuchel about why he doesn't want it, and all Tuchel was saying was just no.
So, Tuchel didn't elaborate on why.
Yeah, and they were asking, okay, can you sit down with us and can you explain why? Because we've got this data that is telling us something else at the very least. Like, and that is a problem. Even like Tuchel, I don't think Tuchel, yeah, he should have understood, yeah, in my opinion, and this is me criticizing him. Yo, these guys are new guys. They've got their own ideas. They're bringing their own stuff, right? You are the manager. Yes, they're saying they haven't brought him yet. Just give them a little quick explanation. If you could just have done that, that wouldn't have been a problem, right? I just don't understand, and that's for me. Yeah, what really annoyed me about Tuchel really had the open check. If you think about it, right, he had the open checkbook right now. He could have gotten the guys that he wanted if he had been just a bit more open and not that the scars of the past hurt him, man. That's what it is.
But I think with Tuchel,
and before you go, Prime, and the reason, yeah, and it's nothing about sorry, this is completely separate and nothing to do because I hate to have to go here, but we do as these things grow because people read the room. If you're new here and coming into the comments, don't just come in here running jokes and running bants and like read the room first and foremost. If you're a regular and run bants and jokes, cool. Safe's in there, Manji's there. I just use those two Ghosters there as examples. If they say something, we know where that's coming from. I rule with an iron fist there in terms of a zero tolerance. Nobody is going to come onto this channel be in the comments and tell me how to run this. I run this shit. This is a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? So when I turn around and say no personal insults, that's not what's happening. You may be able to do that on other YouTube channels, but that's not happening. Nobody is going into the comments and insulting anybody on this panel, including me. And nobody is insulting anybody in another person in the comments either. That's not what we're running. So don't tell me about, it wasn't too bad. You know what I'm saying? And I dictate what is going on over here. I rule with an iron fist. I pre-warned, man. Don't insults. Man wants to come back with cheek and have, block. That's what it is. You don't run shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Just because I laugh and joke and be doing stupid shit and I run bants don't think man's an idiot. Let me just get that straight. So when I say shit, I mean it. But I have to sometimes stop chills and every now and again talk like this and do this to let people know that I'm being deadly serious. No personal insults is going down. You know what I'm saying? In the comments, from anyone in the comments to somebody else in the comments, and none of the panelists, including myself. Including that's everyone you see here. That's not happening. Yes, we run bants and jokes. That is cool. If you become a regular, then yeah, you may have a back and forth with someone. I have back and forth with certain people in the comments, but no personals. We're here talking football. So keep it football related. This is football. So don't ever come into the comments ever. This is anyone who's watching this back or watching this live right now and tell me how to run this channel. Do it and not ever, because I will just block you and keep it moving. That's your loss. There's other channels out there. Don't try and tell me and vouch for anybody and talking all of this type of nonsense about, why did you delete such and such's comments? Because such and such was being a dick. And I told him already. And man wanted to come back with cheek. All right, hold a block. Now what? That's all I'm gonna say on that, innit? Just keep it clean in the comments. We're here talking football. Run bants and jokes all you want. Cool. No problem whatsoever. But that's not what we're doing is new people. No Avi jumping in trying to insult, man. Like, who is you? Like, that's not it. You want to talk about personal and your Avi, you don't have an Avi yourself. This is not what we're doing. Not in the slightest. Like, don't ever get it mistaken because of the channel name and how I go on that man can't stop the whole show and talk like this. And this is how it runs over here. You know what I'm saying? Again, let me reiterate that. No personals. I say it all the time. I shouldn't really have to say it, but the fact I have to say it is just that it's just social media for you and YouTube for you and content creator space. Because you never hear me attack anyone in the comments personally. Never. When we're going back and forth in football. Yes, I run bants and jokes on the panelists, but that's panelist. You hear me get onto Ryan, but that's a little bro. There's a difference. But yeah, go on, Prime. I just had to stop that and say that. Go on, Prime.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because I can't really see what he said, but whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't just that you, but it's like it's just nonsense. It's like I don't care if it was like you, I don't care if it's Ahmed, Surfer, Black Diamond, Jez, someone else who was on here who's not here no more. That's not running. You know what I'm saying? And that's not running. You are not coming to where we're having a conversation and just talking rubbish from the outside. Like, shut up, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, but Flawless is right. Like, keep the be sensible, keep the personal stuff. Like, it shouldn't
just no
matter what happens. It shouldn't, football at the end of the day. I know I went on a huge rant, but like
that's cool. But you never. The thing is, you never said anything personal. Like you said what you said to me, but me and you are cool like that to the point where you can talk to me. You know this. That's calm. You know what I'm saying?
No, but even then, like football's not like that deep.
Yeah, it's football. Poke holes in the. I don't mind it. Poke if you disagree with what I say or Prime says, or poke holes in the football argument with a footballing opinion. Don't need to go personal. You know
Speaking of which, I know when I said about taking McTominay, that was me exaggerating for a fact. That wasn't serious. I don't want McTominay. And when I said Chelsea's dead, again, I was exaggerating for a fact. I didn't mean that. So when people listen back to what I said, take those things out. The rest of what I said was fine. So just remember that.
Yeah, crazy. Sorry,
as you said, little bro, you love your club, so therefore emotions will flow. So that's understandable.
I don't even think I was being emotional until I said those things. So yeah.
But until you said,
what you said actually, apart from the whole I don't know. What did you say? Well, what was it?
The death of Chelsea.
Yeah, the death of Chelsea. Minus that, everything else I pretty much agreed on.
No, but what I meant, death of Chelsea. I mean, in terms of us being at the highest level and being a big club, that's kind of what I meant. Like when I say we're gonna be like Arsenal, that's what I mean by that. But yeah, well, again, I might be exaggerating. I might be exaggerating, so I apologize.
Yeah. Well, everything you said was spot on.
I will say two things. Because I see a lot of shock across the YouTube platform. Prime, I know this guy. He just be on Football Terrace, Roy.
Chelsea fan, yeah.
Yeah, Roy. So Roy was saying, and this is what he firmly believed in, and Terry took him up on it about a few weeks ago. He was saying that he firmly believed that he could identify talent better than Tuchel.
Oh yeah, he said that back in the transfer window.
Yeah.
He said,
right?
I'm better than Tuchel, yeah.
Right, and he tried to even justify it. Now he's devastated that Tuchel is gone, and then you ask the question: if you, as a normal person, believe that you could have identified talent better than a Champions League winning manager, then why are you now devastated that? So you see, people tend to speak, but I will tell you something. And you're right to have your opinion. You may believe that Potter is not it, and if you believe the person is not it, it is going to be very hard to back. And I'll tell you why. When we got Moyes, immediately I said, this is not it. And for the love of me, as hard as I tried, I could not back the man. Probably I was proven right. He lost it. So, you have to prepare yourself for a long journey ahead. Because since Moyes left, since Fergie left, and now you see what we have been through. 10 years of turmoil. So you gotta prepare. Hopefully, it's less suffering than us, but it won't be easy.
No, I know. I mean, like, I won't I won't get on Potter's neck. I won't give him abuse when things kind of go bad because I'll understand. I use logic and reasoning. I'll understand why. And if there's ever a moment that I snap at Potter, you guys can reel me back in and bring logic back into it.
One thing that I will say,
we gonna fuel that fire. Yeah, go on.
What?
I fuel that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Go on, Ahmed. Ahmed can pull you back in, you Chelsea fans and that, and Surfer and that. That's you lot. You lot can deal with that. That ain't my problem. That sounds like a you problem, Prime.
That's not me.
Hey, no, I'm not Ryan. Don't treat me like Ryan. Don't do that.
I go with learning on the job. So I'm not going to help you with anything. So you learn to swim by yourself.
You can learn to swim by drowning. Yeah, big up Roz in the comments as well, yo. Roz, message me so I know that's you and I mud you. Because sometimes it's fake, but I'm presuming it's real Roz.
Just float.
But yeah, go on, Ahmed. And we are going to get to the questions. I've started them. Continue to get your questions in.
Interesting. The data thing is interesting to me because they've been already using it already. So the thing with like the Glazers, the Cronkies, it seems that when they came in here, there wasn't really a plan. They were just spending for spending reasons. Well, it seems that the club, they already have like their data guys already prepped, if that makes sense, and they're trying to already bring in players. So I don't know, is the thing of like Potter going to be with his transfer guru plus their data analyst plus the DOF, is that going to be like a combination together where they sort of bring in those players that they want? Or is it just going to be a case of, here are the players, Potter, use them? You know what I mean? The thing is, one thing I will add as well, just before you can go Prime as well, is they've already analyzed the squad apparently. So they've been already analyzing the squad. There's a reason why they're not giving Jorginho a new contract. Kante, it seems, they want to put him on quite a low contract. They're trying to cut him, but I don't know if Kante's going to take that one. So Kante and Kovacic might be leaving already. So the midfield already needs to be revamped. So I don't know who they're going for in that section. I know Alvarez apparently is a club signing, so that's one person. I don't know who the other person is going to be. I don't know what's going on with Pulisic, but apparently these guys were actually willing to sell Pulisic for the right price. So, I can't believe I'm saying that. So maybe they want to get Pulisic out. Ziyech, I'm pretty sure they want to get him out as well.
Yeah, was he not? Like, did he not leave a game and go abroad?
He went to Amsterdam, bro.
Yeah, man, went to Amsterdam.
So
for the site, isn't it? Like Timo said, isn't it?
From the attacking point of view, they can do that. And now, I know I'm using the American phrase, but there's a lot of like wage spaces right now available for us because the majority of the deadwood is gone. Yeah. Lukaku, they're gonna probably sell next season because I am pretty sure if they're data driven, they know Lukaku is not fit for the club right now. I can pretty much guarantee that. So
depends what you're looking from that data though as well. That's what.
No, because I feel like the style of football that if they've chosen Potter for the long term vision, Lukaku is not.
Yeah, he don't hit all that.
So you can go now, Prime, bro.
Yeah, Prime, before you go, I'm just going to run through some of these questions as well. Like I say, get your questions in. I know, you know what I'm saying?
Watch Maguire going to play tomorrow.
Prime went on his rant. We're going to get to that. Prime went on his rant. Obviously, Eddie joined in. Server spoke on it, as did Ahmed, as did Black Diamond. This is vast becoming this place. Like I did say about Sarcasm City is the place where people will get shit off their chest. And we've seen Prime do it. We've seen Surfer do it recently. Cam did it recently. I've done it before. Like literally everyone of every team has done it. We've seen Ryan do it as well and just
Liverpool's
get shit completely off his
Liverpool's
chest.
Next.
Oh yeah. Ryan meltdown, man. Crying Ryan. Safe says if United's second team can't beat Real Sociedad, they should be questioned as Premier League squad players. Absolutely. I expect to see. I want to see wholesale changes, including Maguire. I want to see a whole 11, and that 11 should play. I mean, that 11 should play and win. If they don't beat Sociedad, that's on them.
Maguire should be twerking, bro. Hold that still, man.
No. We actually have a working, functioning midfield in front of our defense, so we'll be all right. We ain't you lot in it. You know what I'm saying?
Maguire's gonna still find a way to twerk.
You lot are midfielderless, managerless, and get your shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Tuchel, how did you not go for it?
Well, you read the news now. You read the news in there.
Well, yeah. Safe, you're right. These players should step up because the first team players have now set the bar. In terms of the players who have the 11 shirts. So now it's on the backup to do so. I expect to see man get minutes. Your likes of Casemiro, he'll get minutes. Fred will get minutes. Donny, once he gets, it won't be tomorrow because he's injured, but he'll get minutes. Hopefully, a few of the youngsters play as well. Like treat the Europa League group stages like they are the group stages in the Europa League. Sociedad and Sheriff and Omonia we shouldn't have any problems getting out of the group, is what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to see. I don't even want like the likes of Varane, Martinez in the squad. I even want them in the squad. I ain't trying to see the likes of Sancho and Eriksen in the squad anywhere near a Europa League squad for like this group stage. Maybe the Sociedad away game, depending on if we need results. But in an ideal world, win your 4 from 4 or 3 wins and a draw, and then the 2 games you could play all youngsters. That's what I want to see. Go on, Black Diamond. I know he was going to say something.
Pertaining to the data analyst thing, the data analysts, the use of it is as good as the person who is doing the analysis. So again, that concept came from Michael Edwards, and he was the one, as I indicated in the past, where Klopp would have identified Mario Götze, and Michael Edwards would have said, well, no, based on the data and the analysis, Salah would be a better pick. Yep. Since Edwards has left, we have Julian Ward trying to analyze the data, because he would have identified Nunes and other players and made the decision not to bring in certain players. So it is as good as the person that is, and to Boli's credit, he did try to get Michael Edwards, but Michael Edwards asked for a year sabbatical. I don't know who's the DOF they're going to bring in, so a lot is going to hinge on who's the personnel and the experience in utilizing such data.
Yep. Agreed.
Let's see. I hear you. Where else we safe saying here, just say be a man of your principles. There's no censorship on here regarding pronouns. It wasn't, you're thinking way too deep, Safe. It wasn't about the censorship of the pronouns. It's the fact that he said it with the alliteration. This is Sarcasm City. You're a regular. We're all about alliteration. That's why he said, because he said person of principles. It just sounds better than man of principles.
Yeah, that's why I say that. That's the exact reason why I say that, Frank.
Yeah, because there's loads of alliterations, you know what I'm saying, in that. Tommy Tuchel's Tricky Blues, same shit, you know what I'm saying, in that. Like 10 out of 10 high.
Oh, we can't use that anymore. Fuck!
No, you can't, man. Yeah, hold that, Prime, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Hold that, fam.
Graham Potter, what are we going to use?
Nah, man, you've got it. The Globe, what is it? The Globe Potters, there you go. Chelsea Globe Potters.
Stinking, pooping Potters. I don't know.
Potters.
Hey,
Potters penetrating powerhouses.
Ray, we see you as well. Blessings, man. And blessings, chat. I'm on my humble tip right now. I bet you are, Ray. I bet you are on a humble tip right now.
Wait, Surfer, who are we penetrating with Havertz up top? Pause.
What? And yeah, Eddie, you're right. I should charge a psychologist fee. It's crazy. I blame Fergie
like
for
when Eddie goes on his Bruno rants, you can charge them as well.
Yeah, I could charge everybody. Yeah, 100%.
No, I'm just saying he's got some gall coming on here. Fucking Bruno every bloody stream. Jesus Christ Almighty. Oh my God!
I said he's got some goal.
He's got unmitigated goal. So come on here and do this. I'll do Stephen A. Smith impression for you. Yeah.
Safe says I blame Fergie for selecting boys. The club should have had their pick, not a retiring manager. Absolutely. As much as I love Fergie, yes, he was at fault. I was Moyes out before Moyes was in, because I was like, this is not going to happen or going to work. David Moyes was never, ever going to be the guy. Like, his level is where he's at now. Is where you see him doing well at West Ham, where he did at Everton as well. And big up to Royals as well, because it's an interesting point. He said, clearly they've not analysed anything. Sold Gilmar with no buyback because he wasn't a part of Tuchel's plans, only to go and hire Potter, who he sold him to.
Apparently, that might have been, people were saying that might have been that sorting out, you never know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that if they were, but Flawless.
You don't understand, today, like, they, on the pod there from Matt Law, they've already been prepping this since when Dave came into the club. So that was May. So for all we know, shit's been happening since then, bro.
Wait, Ahmed, are you on Tinder?
Why am I on Tinder?
We can see your phone.
No, I was literally on Instagram.
Yeah, he's a faithful black man. I'll do that, man. He's a faithful black man.
I'm gonna take it
back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
man, I'm taking
hey, Wallace, if you don't get caught offside, it doesn't matter.
No, it is, man. We don't. That's one thing we don't.
Yeah,
Black
I
men
don't
don't
do
cheat.
that.
I was joking. I was joking.
I was joking.
Don't put it on me.
Ahmed's a lot of things, but he is a faithful black man.
Hey, again, I was
joking as well. Faithful black man.
Hey, again, I was joking before. I was joking. Joke.
Era Man's Kinder Records.
Joke. Hey, a joke. I was making a joke before.
You just trying to cover that up for the missus because his missus is
no,
watching.
Hey, joke.
Hey, Mrs. Prime, I hope you're good watching. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also Mrs. Prime, can you play in the middle of a back three on pro clubs? That's also a question we need to ask her.
No, she cannot.
No, because all right, cool, no worries. But yeah, if there is anyone who can do that, let us know.
Also, but yeah, to get back to Don Dada's point about data analysts, he's right because if for example, a lot of why they, I don't know again, and I don't know now if this is a Tuchel thing or a Bowley thing, but why they see Gallagher as a Kante replacement is because of the stats he has about running interception.
And the pressing.
Yeah, okay, so it's Tuchel, but that's why when you look at stats and analyze them, you need to pair it with actually watching the player. Because when you watch them, they're nothing alike. It's a bit, and that I worry about Tuchel's eye test. It's abysmal that he thinks those two, and that's why a director of football would have told him that he's wrong.
And also with the Gilmore thing, Tuchel didn't fancy Gilmore. We all know Tuchel didn't fancy Gilmore. And also, he was never, ever going to... He's only got 2 years left. And he's only got 2 years because we extended the deal by 1 this summer. There's no way he was going to sign a new contract with Chelsea while Thomas Tuchel's there. Because he knows he's not going to play.
Big up, my guy.
So, unfortunately, we sold him for... Everyone's going, well, why is it 9 million? Okay, so he's good, but he's only ever played like 4 or 5 games for us.
Yeah, man. And he had a bad season at Norwich.
Yeah, but exactly. So he's not. You're not going to get a lot for him. He's not as if he's been like. He's played 60 games for us, and we're only selling him because we can't agree a new contract. It's one of those. And unfortunately, yeah, maybe we should put a buyback clause in, but things happen, right? Just got to move on. And if he does well, we'll probably buy him back in 2 years' time anyway.
Could happen. Safe Fair says Pochettino gets more credit for his mannerisms and conduct rather than his credentials as a manager in the footballing world. His results and trophies which matter, not character. No, character does matter, number one. Number two, he gets credit because of the jobs that he did prior up to the PSG job. He is Graham Potter. But Graham Potter is going the Poch route in terms of starting off at a smaller club, then you build up, then you get to a middle club, then you go to another club, and then another club. So it may take 2, 3, or 4. What Potter did, yes, is the most important thing, results and winning trophies. Yes. But what Potter did twice, which is the second best thing to winning trophies, is elevating clubs. When he took over Southampton, when he took over, they were a team battling relegation. He solidified them as a Premier League club. Like, you don't get a trophy for that, but that's still, you've elevated a club. That's still
Brighton
in a plus. That's still in a plus. Yeah, that's in the plus column, and that's on Graham Potter. Yeah. Brighton, he's solidified because of Graham Potter as a Premier League club. Yeah. That's success. But obviously, there's no trophy for that. Relegated. You never say that, and that's what he did. Then he went to Spurs. When he went to Spurs, Spurs were not seen as a top 4 club. They weren't seen as that. What he did there was elevate them to become a regular in the Champions League. Yes, do you get a trophy for that? No, but that's still an accomplishment. That's currently right now, Safe, what Manchester United are trying to do is become one of the 4 best teams in the country and become a regular in the Champions League. Yes, should he have won a trophy with Spurs? Yes, I said this. He should have won an FA Cup or a League Cup. 110% should have won an FA Cup or League Cup. Well, for whatever reason, he didn't take him seriously. And then off the back of his work at Southampton and then Tottenham, he got his move and his chance against PSG. Now you can debate whether you thought he was successful at PSG or not. But one thing I will say is everyone who left PSG, every manager who's left PSG is more successful after PSG. Like that's I say it's a poison chalice. Everyone who leaves there, look at Tuchel's reputation now after leaving Chelsea and compare it to after he left PSG. He's now looked at as one of the best managers in the world. When he
Chelsea
left PSG, it wasn't looked that way.
Chelsea fans didn't want Tuchel because he got sacked at PSG.
Yes, 100%.
But he's not good enough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was debating it, but even look at Ancelotti who left PSG, and Ancelotti was solidified. Man went on to win another champs.
Respectfully, Ancelotti, he did not have the greatest time at Bayern and PSG in it. You know what I mean? But obviously, with Real,
but both squads at the time he was there were also quite good.
Yeah, but look at Emery. Emery left PSG, and has he not won 2 Europa Leagues?
Yeah, he's won 1 Europa League.
Yeah, was it 1 Europa League, 2 Europa Leagues, and made a Champions League semi-final?
No, he only got 1 Europa League and 1 Champions League semi-final.
Okay, but my point is, he did better in Europe after PSG. You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, what people need to, like, I get on Poch's back a lot, and that's mainly because like he was at Spurs, and fuck Spurs, isn't it? But when you look at it, Poch and Potter, they're both quite young in their managerial phase. Like they're not like elite level. They're not elite level managers. They're not world class managers yet. They're still. It's like a player, learning his trade in the championship or in the lower levels of the Prem. Like he still needs to build before he and yes, maybe Poch debatable win a trophy and stuff. Yes, but
yeah, he should have. I said this at Spurs. He should have won a trophy.
There's plenty of time for that for Poch and for Potter. Right now is about perfecting your craft. So when you do get to that top level, you're ready to go. You're not stumbling around and acting as if you're a novice manager, but yet you've been around for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, and that's legit what it is with Poch. Now, Poch's next move is going to be interesting because eventually, can you deliver the potential? Will let us know what table you sit at. Are you level A? Are you level B? Are you level C? Like, we're going to find out where you're at once you have the opportunity and you have the resources to compete for that. And we're going to find out about Potter now. Everyone, because Potter's been talked up, and I actually think Potter's a good manager. We are now going to find out in this thing how good a manager Potter is. We are literally going to find out how good he is. Is he everything all the Potter fans say? Or is he like the doubters? Like David Moyes was in that situation when he came to Manchester United. David Moyes had performed at a high level at Everton, solidified them, they'd made a couple of Champions Leagues in terms of finishing in the top 4. And then he made the jump and he wasn't quite at that level, but then he's gone to West Ham and look at what he's done at West Ham because that's
even still at West Ham. Like, and I do rate David Moyes. But like this, for example, going into the season, I said probably foolishly that they would break that mold and get into top 6 because of how great they did last season, competing for the top 4, top 6 positions, and being in Europe. Was it Europa League or Conference League, whatever one they were in?
Europa League.
Yeah,
Europa League, and they got quite far in Europa League, and they were quite close to getting it. I thought with the new signings they have, they'd be able to push. Moyes has yet to really kick on this season with the squad. So, like, again, maybe it's a thing of he's not ready to, he's not able to make that step up as a manager. And that's just what it is. Again, you need to be tested somehow. So Potter getting this job, Poch maybe getting another chance at, like, I don't know who, Real Madrid or whoever, or maybe Juve after Allegri or something like that. Like, you get these chances to test yourselves and you have to take the opportunity because they don't come again. A bad stint like David Moyes at Man United that ruined him for a decade. A bad stint at a really big club can destroy you.
A bad stint at Chelsea will ruin you forever, man. That'll be it. A bad stint at Chelsea will ruin you forever.
Exactly. Look at Mauricio Sarri. I still think he's a very good manager.
Look at
the perception people have of him that ruined him. Villas-Boas. Yeah. Well, maybe not Frank Lampard because he's still English and people think he's something. But Tuchel, like, if not for the fact he has a Champions League, I don't know how his perception. I'm assuming people still rate him, but like,
unironically, you can even make the argument Mourinho as well. Like Mourinho's time at Chelsea, before he went to Tottenham, he was ruined, man, in the media's eyes. Like the interviews that he was given, like the I prefer not to speak interview. A lot of people like
Ahmed.
Yeah. I like Mourinho.
That's not. Like, I don't want to go on a rant about Mourinho. That's not.
I like Mourinho.
Yeah, but
Ancelotti was another one where low-key, but the way they sacked him was so bad.
I remember at Everton, people were saying Ancelotti's They didn't say he's a fraud, but he said he's finished. People were saying Ancelotti's finished. How?
Yeah. Certain someone miss. Yeah, Statman, I know you're watching. Hold that. That was you. He's talking to you, fam. Statman tried to tell me that. I wouldn't take Ancelotti. That's what he was telling me. I would take him at United.
Speaking of which, the way Arsenal have started off this season, 6 games in their top, is it not very similar to the start Ancelotti had? You know when he brought in James Rodriguez, and in the first 7-8 games or whatever, they were top of the league. People not remember that. Yep. Arsenal starts with Hazy, man.
Yo, when James Rodriguez was playing for them, on a serious note, he was not too bad, man.
Whatever, Potter, just give me a 3rd Champions League. I won't complain, man.
Yeah, you think
win it this season, man.
You think Graham Potter's winning you a champs, yeah? Is that what you saying?
Hey, people thought Lampard could do it. Why not?
Yeah, but people are crazy. People,
yeah, I know, but hey, Chelsea are a club. Stranger things have happened. Win me a 3rd Champions League, I won't complain.
Watch Potter tomorrow.
I don't need you on the 3rd champs.
Tomorrow. They're gonna even give him a little photo shoot. They've been given the other signings. Oh man, it's gonna be mad in that.
I don't need you getting a 3rd champs. I'm good on that, man. Nah, I don't, man. I prefer you.
Actually, no, maybe we don't, because if we win a 3rd Champions League with Mount and Ruben, we're never getting rid of these bums.
No, we're not getting rid of Mount.
See, we might need to stay there, man. On 2 champs and 8 leagues or however many years.
Flawless. If you guys won a Champions League with McTominay, he's never leaving her.
If McTominay continues to play like this, he can stay. You know what I'm saying? And he needs to keep up this form. I'm with it.
But no, actually, let me not say that. If Oli had won Europa League, he wouldn't have got sacked.
Yeah, he wouldn't have. That's why we may have lost that. We may have lost that battle, but we won that war. He'd still probably be here now if he would have. That Europa League would have defo given him probably another season.
If Frank had beaten Arteta in that FA Cup final, he's getting that 3rd season. He's not getting sacked. Oh my god.
Oh, listen, please, let's not talk.
Maybe I should go on loan, man. I don't know.
You're doing Jets, yeah?
I'm joking.
This is clearly a West African thing.
I'm joking. Hey. We don't get embarrassed.
You don't see us East African brothers do that.
West Africans. Wait. Ahmed, what African country are you from?
Listen, I'm from Somalia, innit, fam, originally. So.
Somalia?
Yeah.
Somalian, yeah.
Okay, cool. Make it to an AFCON and we'll talk.
Yo.
Let's make it to the tournament.
You're actually a nasty guy, fam.
Just make it to the tournament. I didn't say anything mean. I didn't say where's your trophy. I just said make it to the.
You're a bad guy, Prime.
Just make it. Ahmed, you know what? Make it to the club and I'll get you in. That's all you have to do. Just make it there.
Yeah, Prime I ain't wilding. All right, but we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out this show anyway. You know what I'm saying? Close out this Q&A. Like I said, like I keep stating on these Q&As, you can tell the season's getting good and there's a lot to talk about because these streams are getting longer and longer. So yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. We're back. I was gonna say tomorrow, back today, people. The first show will be the Manchester United versus Real Sociedad watch along, Europa League watch along. So myself and Eddie will be here. Dan Sillyman will probably drop in as well. So United opening up their Europa League campaign, and then later than scheduled, Mandem United podcast. You'll get that at 10:30 p.m. here. For those that don't know what that is, that's the Manchester United show hosted by myself and Eddie, where we discuss all things Manchester United. It's normally earlier, but because of the European football, we pushed it back to 10:30. So I'm sure we'll be recapping a great win against Sociedad. Yeah, I know you're watching, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. I know. You was watching us against Arsenal. What happened? He was watching us against Southampton. What happened? He was watching us against Leicester. What happened? He was watching us against Liverpool. What happened? Oh, okay.
Wait, you know what?
Yes, we've won 4 on the bounce. Yes.
That's really mad.
Ahmed, 4, man. Ask Ahmed. Ahmed knows. He's been in
Ahmed, you're the definition of one eye open, man.
You know what I'm saying? Ahmed knows. He was saying all this. Oh, watch when you play Arsenal. Yeah, and what happened? What happened, Ahmed? What was the scoreline?
I'm watching, and I'm still watching.
What was the scoreline? And you was watching. You said that about Leicester. What happened?
Ahmed,
wait. You said that about Southampton. What happened? You said that about Liverpool. What happened?
I think you should watch. I think you should watch something else because when you watch them, they win. It's just
now. Ahmed, if you watch Chelsea as half as much as you watch Man United, Tuchel doesn't get sacked. So that's all I'm saying. He doesn't. He didn't even hear it. He didn't even hear it.
5 minutes. So.
Dude. Yeah, Safe. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, man. This stream was jokes.
Yeah, Safe. Well, I hope you enjoy tomorrow, then. Let's go.
Say that again. What was that?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't even actually hear what you said. 10:30 p.m. Then you'll get the Man United podcast, and then tomorrow as well, midnight, fan calling show. So we'll be discussing probably the Europa League games, definitely the Champions League games, probably Tuchel being sacked, Graham Potter being there. Yeah, fan calling show. That'll be at midnight. Anybody can call into that on the Twitch. People, make sure you follow the Twitch Sarcasm City TV. Download the app if you haven't. Because that you lot got so much to say in the comments. Jump on the screen and jump on the stream and say all that. Just make sure your camera's on, face facing forward. That's not because we care what you look like. We don't. It's simply because for safety protocols. And if you are a member as well, yeah, man, safety protocols is why we don't care what you look like. We have Ryan on here. We don't care what you look like. Like, it's simply just because, isn't it? Like,
hey, respect this platform. Don't bring Ryan back. Respect this
So yeah, man. Free shows tomorrow, people. Free shows. Well, today I should say. Upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube lets you know all the shows that are coming up till Sunday. Same with the Twitch as well. An upcoming live stream schedule on there. Black Diamond. Anything you want to add before we close out? There he is. Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe again. Great pleasure being on. Great being part of the Sarcasm City family, and it's very exciting seeing the shows grow. Seeing be on our way to 5,000, and the quality keeps coming. Again, bless up to Winter Surfer, Prime, Ahmed doing well, little brother Ryan, Peter, Eddie, and everybody else associated, and especially to the man them in the chat, because without the people in the chat, we won't have our channel. So bless up all.
You didn't mention your name. Hold that, Jez. Hold that.
Angel.
Hold that. Yeah.
Good, Jez.
I'm making it out of the World Cup group, man. Hold that.
You're good, Jez, every time. Yo, Steph, anything you want to add, fam?
Follow all these good people on their socials. Like, follow, join, subscribe, share. Turn your notifications on to all. Gives you a 30-minute before the stream starts.
Yes, it does.
And you know what? If you're watching, you obviously like it. So just do a like. Thanks. Press a like. It's all it is. Just press a like. It's all right. Not asking you to commit to a mortgage or something. Just press a like. It helps the algorithm. And you've seen the growth already. The streams are getting, they're getting well over 1K, some 2K to watch alongs. Even these streams as well. They're starting to get
Q&A's doing big numbers. Yeah.
Show some love. You obviously love it. So throw Flawless a like. You know what I mean?
Big up.
Working hard. It's 3 a.m. and he's already got 3 shows planned for tomorrow. So, on his own channel. And it's probably on. Are you going on other channels tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll be with Rants, 6:30 people. Yeah, 6:30. Yeah, be on Rants. Yeah.
He's on Rants' channel as well. So,
Shout out my guy Rants and Mans every time.
Rants been cooking us in there on the stream.
Yeah, I bet he has. Yeah, you lot gonna get cooked tomorrow as well. And he's got a bad to say. Liverpool and Chelsea.
At least I can chat.
Wait, Rants. Rants doesn't rest, man. Leave my club alone.
Yeah, like he's been cooking. Like I say, someone said
we got Flawless here in it, so we can cook Flawless at least.
Yeah, you can try. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, why are we cooking Flawless?
You can
Even if United lose 6-0, we are still the talking point. He's not getting.
Liverpool
Liverpool. Oh well, yeah, Liverpool. Yeah,
you can try. Like the thing is, like it's very. I'm very. I get got. You know what I'm saying? It's just very tough. You know what I'm saying? Because someone will do something, I'll say something.
We'll catch you lacking, bro. We'll catch you lacking.
Yeah, you can hope, man. You can pray and hope and dream, man. It's all well and good.
I'm praying on your downfall.
I know you are, man. I can see the hate in your eyes, man. I know you're a big hater in that. I know you prayed on my team's downfall. I get it.
Ever since Maguire got dropped, United haven't had a scandal. It's annoying.
Yeah, because all of a sudden we have a manager with a coach in the system and put some quality. But
that's not the boy thing. Is not scandal.
He was talking about the last regime, and he was right. Well, that's all I've asked for my team is to compete, and that's what we're doing currently. I like the direction we're going, and I see how Liverpool look, see how Chelsea look. I'm like, we're in for a good season.
Until
United will eventually become the banter club. United will always eventually become the banter club, isn't it?
Nah. Arsenal are the banter club. Let's not just speak.
Arsenal's always a banter club, but obviously United will eventually, go back to their old ways in it. So it's all good.
Nah, we winning a trophy this season. What are you talking about?
Ahmed, do you not know how the balance of English football works? One of Man United and Liverpool have to be successful at one time. Liverpool, they're in the pits. United are back. It's fine.
Yeah, we back up. You know what I'm saying? So Ahmed, you can hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remind you every day we stream together. You know what I'm saying about how well Manchester United do.
Those will be limited days as well, not every day.
It's on a pay-as-you-play contract and that.
We better hope. Available. We better hope Graham Potter can bring his Wingardium Leviosa to Chelsea. We need.
Yeah, man.
We can't let Man United run away. We can't let Man United run away, man.
That would be
Graham
fine.
Graham Potter better become the chosen one, fam, because there's a lot of Voldemorts in that squad, fam, that need to be taken out, fam.
He'll figure out, man. Plenty of Death Eaters and that. It'll be alright. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we can get cooked and Don Dada, Flawless, they'll all let us get away with it? Eddie.
The thing is, I don't even cook like you lot. I don't even cook Chelsea. You lot just think what I'm going to. I even get to it.
Nah, but Flawless.
I got told, shut your face. But I was what you were saying was funny though. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't funny. No, I wasn't. I was being
chat
serious.
was hilarious, yo. The chat had me rolling, yo. It was the chat.
The death of Chelsea, big bro. You lost me there, fam.
No. Again. No, I realized I was being a bit. That was a bit wild. Everything else was facts.
I said the death of Chelsea. But yo, Prime, anything you want to add, fam, before we close out?
I can't say Tuchel out because he's actually gone.
Say Potter out before he even signs.
Nah, because like I'll actually Chelsea fans are gonna call me a Potter sexual. Because even though I don't want him, I'm gonna have to defend him because I know that they're bigger.
Graham, man. That's actual term, but it's for Harry, not Graham.
G, man. You know what I'm saying? And that Graham James Potter backing, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. He's not mandem like that. I can't say that.
How dare you stand where he coached?
Oh, you know what? If we lose, I'm gonna tweet that out. I'm tweeting that out if we lose. But yeah, people like, subscribe. I wait until You see, this is what Flawless does. Flawless laughs and makes it worse.
Yeah, I mean, are you blaming me?
Yeah, because it's you. How dare you stand where he goes?
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. How dare you stand?
You know what? I swear a Chelsea fan said that. I swear a Chelsea fan said that when Tuchel came in after Lampard was sacked. I swear I saw that.
Yo, you got to kill me by love, man.
There you stand where he stood. Oh no. Anyway, now Chelsea.
I'm gonna tweet that, yo. How dare you? All the Harry Potter jokes are coming out. You know, I'm just putting that out there now.
Yeah.
All the Harry Potter jokes are the way.
Graham Potter and the half cup blood clot or something.
And Graham Potter and the Obama blood clot.
Yeah. That's what it will be. It'll be all that stuff.
No, Graham Potter and the chamber of attackers, fam.
Yeah, some shit.
Oh my god. You're a Chelsea manager, Harry.
Listen, man. Graham Potter and the prisoner of attacks.
Yeah, man. It'd be the prisoners of Azkaban for real. But yeah, go on, Prime. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, everyone. Just to reiterate what people said: like, subscribe, share on socials. On the Twitch, if you don't want to subscribe, you can't afford it or whatever, that's cool. Like, just follow, share out to people.
Yes.
Sure, you've got football friends or whatever who might be interested in this sort of thing. Yeah, this is a great community. You're never going to see me rant again, and Flawless might have to cut that bit out. But
nah, man, we're gonna see you rant again because it will happen. Exactly. I've done it, man. Like, it's okay. Like, that's what the channel's here for.
Flawless, I've kept this in for years, man. I'm not ranting.
Yeah, man. And now you got it off your chest, man. A problem shared is a problem halved, man.
I'm not ranting again.
It's cool.
Potter,
Watch you lose 2-0 to Fulham in it and see how quickly you change it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I'm good. I won't get onto him because I know will be because Ruben gives
you'll get onto the fans though. That's what's gonna piss you off.
Yeah. I'm always onto the fans.
Yeah. So a fan's gonna say something in the comments, and then you're just gonna it's fine, man. That's what we're here for.
Chelsea fans, Sleep with one eye open, Chelsea fans. One eye open.
I might start charging. Eddie was right. I might start charging a psychiatrist fee. For real, for real. Yo, Mr. Klopp out. Talk to me, Ahmed. Anything you want to add before we close out the stream?
Like, share, subscribe, of course. Do that on the YouTube, do it on the Twitch. And finally, bruv, looking at the new par era. Let's see what he can cook in it.
Well, it's cauldron. It's cauldron.
There we go. Love to everyone that's locked in.
Says up some magic, it'll be all good.
Yeah, that's what you lot are looking for. Like I said, make sure you follow me there. That's me, Flawless. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That way you can find everyone who's on the channel. Follow Sarcasm City TV across all platforms as well. Sarcasm City TV. As we, like Surfer said, as we continue to grow. And it's crazy the growth just from the season start. And like, we're literally at the start. This is before, obviously, the Champions League just kicked off. The Europa League is about to kick off, but this is before the World Cup. This is before the FA Cup, before the Carabao Cup, before the Premier League gets to the business end of the season. But managers are already being sacked, and more are going to get sacked along the way. Players are going to get injured. Obviously, we've got a January transfer window, plus more. Obviously, the NBA will be back on the Twitch as well. That'll be back October. So I need to
can't wait for the World Cup, man.
One second.
Yeah, World Cup's going to be lit.
Graham Potter and the Deathly Attack.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for the World Cup. I enjoyed the Euro. I think the Euros, when we did the Euros on here, that's the most I've enjoyed the international tournament. Like, I've enjoyed them in the past, but that period of streaming, like just games and like everyone would jump in and So this World Cup, I think, is going to be absolutely elite. And the World Cup will be here. We're going to pretty much, no, not even pretty much. We'll do every game, people. So you're going to get every game. Oh, there'll be a watch along on here, 110%.
So
Iran, guys, just know
Qatar, Iran, I'm here, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. And you know what makes that better? Hopefully you're not there, Ahmed. And that'll be even better. You know
I'm going to let you know right now. I'm not there.
Guys, just know.
See that? You're not there. Ryan's not there. If Prime says he's not there, hey, won stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just let the chat know after the World Cup group stages, Jez won't be on Sarcasm City.
Oh yeah, that's going to be fun as well. I can't wait for the Ghana watch.
Once Ghana don't make it out of that group, Jez is never going to want to face me.
He'll switch to Germany.
Yeah, he's going to switch to Germany. He's going to flag switch, man.
Havertz hype.
What? Havertz and Werner up top?
Yeah, man, he will. He'll switch.
Okay, cool.
This is Jazz, man. He supports Spurs, man. He knows about mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Like he's used to success. He's a Spurs fan and Stuttgart.
And a Dortmund fan, yeah.
And Dortmund.
Oh, fam. How many times this guy's
cool. When
OKC Thunder. Like, come on, man.
When Cho has 0 out of 10 attempted dribbles in the first game of the World Cup, Jez is going to be crying to me. But it is
hey, man, they're going to run it back with Azam Ojayan. You get what I'm saying?
Adam Ojayan. Oh, cool. Yeah. Him and Ayu as a front two, yeah?
Yeah, I want to see him do his dance when he scores, man. Watch when he banks. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they're not scoring in the World Cup.
Azam Ojayan is, I'm telling you right now.
He's not. Unless it's an own goal, he's not scoring.
Azam Ojayan is going back. He's going to do the dance. Him and Zenden are going to roll it back. But yeah, love to everyone that has locked in. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.
Ollie out.